Yo, 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 what is up, my peeps? It is your main man, Cop here. We are back with another awesome stream for you today. It's Wednesday, so that means it's Mythic Progression Day. So if I get to stay in the raid for any length of time, we're going to be doing some Mythic Progression on Azer's Eternal Palace. If not, well, we'll do some leveling or something else fun. You never know. So let's get it started, shall we? We're going to bring up the stream. We're going to bring up the chat. And we're going to get it started. How is everybody doing today? I always like to ask that at the start because I like to know. I like to know that y'all are doing good. So I hope you're doing good. I know I'm doing good. Happy to currently be in the raid. So we'll see what happens. We shall, we shall. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop into my guild's raid channel. Guild's raid Discord voice channel. That does not flow well. Anyway. Probably going to be a little bit of an adult language, so you've been warned. Go. Do that. Now I can bring the probably start pulling in about 15 minutes, so hopefully we can get 3 of 8, and hopefully the Blackwater Behemoth drops something good. I want Windwalker. There we go. Because Diver's Folly, I think, is my best in slot weapon, so that would be nice. That would also be nice. It's actually quite a significant upgrade. That's a direct upgrade. Oh, it is such an upgrade. Oh, you guys get no idea. All 4 pieces of loot from here are huge upgrades for me
like
for this
one person
boss.
saying they might be late tonight.
No, we're gonna be very tight tonight. Fowler's not gonna be here, and Jugs isn't here at all.
I guess I was right. Said yesterday, I was like, somebody said we had so many people. I said, wait till Wednesday.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's always that way. Yeah.
But at least you got me. There's always Cop.
Do you still your stream? Are you good? Are you
Oh yeah,
from that?
I always stream it at the rate if I can.
Oh, that's your last night though. I didn't know if you still have.
You're not gonna get banned for any of that stuff. Too long of a video for them to even find out about it. Somebody would have to actually report any of that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Let the racial obscenities commence.
No, it's still too early in the stream.
It's like saying pizza's like you shouldn't eat pizza for breakfast, Cop.
I suppose. I mean, pizza's good.
When
Always
else do you
good.
eat pizza?
I mean, do you just order pizza to put it in the fridge for the next morning?
It's time of delivery. That way, when you wake up, they're knocking on your door.
No, I don't. I want cold pizza in the morning. What?
Oh, fuck that.
Cold pizza is good. I mean, pizza's like sex. Even when it's bad, it's really good.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Are we talking for both parties or?
And this is the point where I stop saying things because I'm streaming.
I'm pretty picky about my pizza.
As long as you don't mind having pineapple on there, we're good.
Gross.
Get your Canadian ideas out of here.
Listen, Hawaiian pizza's the best, eh?
I worked in pizza for 11 years, and I can tell you one thing: only 1% of people agree.
You know, it's completely different in Canada. I worked at a pizza joint for a long time, and we sold out of Hawaiian pizza all the time.
Told you, man. The Canadians
It's
cannot eat it.
because Canadian bacon is way better with than ham with Hawaiian pizza.
We use some low quality ham in the United States at pizza place. Like, you know that stuff you get like the discount store? They chop that up in slices and put it on the pizza.
Yeah.
But isn't all Hawaiian pizza made with Canadian bacon?
No.
We just call ham Canadian bacon though. So, I mean, we'll cheapo out.
I tell you what, though, the only thing I like
You're entirely
pineapple on
correct,
pizza
Chris.
wise is barbecue chicken with pineapple. It's fucking delicious.
Absolutely, I've had that. That is really good too.
But tomato sauce with fucking pineapple is disgusting. I don't know why anybody would do that.
I've heard
It's
of
like,
a lot of people who like pineapple with.
I'm
You
pretty
only
sure
like-
6 months into a deployment overseas in the desert, if you were like, oh, hey, you want some pizza? And I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, I want some pizza. And they're like, oh, but it's Hawaiian. I'd be like, yeah, no thanks. I'll go eat this fucking sand-covered turd. Thanks.
That's desperation right there. You at least still don't want the pizza.
Dude, I will not eat a fucking Hawaiian pizza. If it's tomato sauce with pineapple, just no. It's like the worst thing ever.
I eat applesauce on like every.
100% gonna get prosperity here.
Do you put
Never mind.
cinnamon in your applesauce?
No.
Oh, God. What's
I
wrong
used
with
to when I was little.
you? That's the only way I'll eat applesauce.
I dip my grilled cheese in applesauce. I put applesauce on like any pork product I eat.
I had a buddy that did like an apple rubbed pork butt that he smoked, or applesauce rubbed pork butt that he smoked, and it was fucking delicious.
That
Yeah,
does
yeah,
sound
yeah.
awesome.
A little cinnamon applesauce. Applesauce and ranch tokes. What? Gross. What kind of stoner diet fucking cookbook is this?
He's not eating it, he's smoking it.
Like, what do you put? You like squeeze the ranch into the applesauce and like
Is
stir
that what you use for your enema? Like,
I believe you put the applesauce in your mouth and squeeze the ranch into your eyes.
It's good, man. You guys should try it.
Yeah, get right on that.
I don't know. That might be a tough choice if I had to eat Hawaiian pizza or try that. That sounds disgusting.
You could just do neither.
it? What?
Be
No,
better
Hawaiian
off for-
pizza. At least then I know what I'm getting.
It's like role playing, man. Don't knock it till you try it.
So is the applesauce what's in the Hidden Valley, or?
Hey, Ren, how's it going, buddy?
See, the problem with that statement, Tokes, is role playing is all about the role. Like, if I get to pretend to be Bill Clinton and she gets to pretend to be Monica Lewinsky and suck my dick, that's great. But if we're doing some role play where, like, she's a starship commander and I'm the fucking alien that gets put in the little holographic chamber and beat to death and then fucked in the ass, like, that's not a good role play. I'm not
The
down
fuck
for
have
that.
you been watching, man?
No, you know what? That's a good point.
I love my guildies.
I mean,
I think at this point they're
Seriously,
deliberately
what have you been watching lately?
trying to ruin my
I've been
stream.
watching Stranger Things, Star Trek.
Hey, Brisk.
I don't recall that being on Star Trek.
Evening,
And I
Theo. Don't
believe
worry
I've
about
seen
it,
every
buddy.
episode
We haven't
about
pulled
40
anything yet.
times in every series,
Margaret,
so-
I mean, if you
girlfriend is just
if
in the
you-
begging.
If you remember the first season of Star Trek, like, of the Next Generation, Riker tries to fuck an alien, like, on every planet they go to. So,
Well, you were a little more graphic than that, though.
right, I was being more graphic for trying to make my point to Tokes that role playing is all about the roles.
You lock them in a closet, just beat them, and then fuck their corpse.
I mean, I don't want to pretend to be a dead guy that gets fucked in the butt. Like, no thanks.
That's a given, of course.
It was like, don't knock roleplay until you try it. It's like, well, there's like literally a billion different possibilities when you say that.
Let's just have Tokes roleplay going downstairs on Rastakhan, and he'll stop rope.
Juan Sandi's waiting for you, Tokes.
Yo, I miss that guy, even though he put me through some bullshit downstairs. That guy, he was like carrying the expansion up until this patch.
Unless he was like the one good character that they wrote.
Holy fuck, was it frustrating though when you got ganked to World PvP, and then Boss Toddy's like, hey, Bob, you fuck up?
You didn't roll out of that one now, did you?
Shit like that was the best part, where you fucking died and then he talks shit to you. He's just like the best character ever.
Tokes just likes being high and getting talked to anybody in a Rastafarian voice, so.
I mean, the quote unquote accent or whatever obviously helps, but he's just like a cool character even without the voice. But the voice kind of carries it a little bit too.
Hey, what realm did you say you're playing on in Classic again, Morgan?
Herod, or whatever the fuck it is.
Okay, good luck.
You're sitting there,
Why-
you're working
why?
out, man. Seem like you're a little swole today.
Why do you say good luck?
I want to look into some of the stuff that's been happening here the last few days.
What have
You
they?
tell.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I've just been told personally by Bornak that I should tell everybody I know who's planning on playing on Herod for not playing there, because it's currently got twice the population of any other. And there will be, he estimates probably 20,000 plus queue on the night. You know.
Awesome. Because nobody wants to play with fucking streamers. That's why everybody's going to that server.
Oh really? I have no
yeah,
idea why.
The other PvP server is streamers, and then the other one is Brazilian.
Yeah.
Oh, at least they're keeping to
the
themselves.
by the way. I don't know if you saw it.
I mean, I fully expect fucking 3/4 of the people to quit in the first week.
Me too.
Anyway,
That's
so-
literally what I was arguing with them about. I'm like, dude, this is not how you need to solve this problem, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, they made a new. It's called Stalag PvP, so maybe that's a good. It's a shame that this is how they're approaching it, though. It really is like. He's like, if you want to play the game in the first week, you should play on a different realm. I was like, well, what happens if you want to play the game the second year? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this sucks. This is how they're just gonna keep making realms if there's too many players, and then eventually they'll have to merge them all again.
See if my buddy's on. See if he might want to look into that.
That's just, the Kaivax posted. We suggest that players, especially those on the Herod realm, consider creating characters on Stalag instead. I've never heard. It says severe login queues. I've never heard the word severe used by a Blizzard representative before.
Yeah, well, when you log in to make your character, there was like an 8,000 wait to get in queue. So,
Oh, really?
I think there's something wrong with my back recently.
well, I got it in like 3 minutes, but still.
Yeah, because obviously there's no reason to stay online, but.
I slept through it, woke up a leisurely 12 hours later.
I'm just so happy I got all 3 names I wanted. Yeah, Fairbanks is the streamer server, and the one Metro was just talking about is the other PvP server.
On the PTR for Vex the Shaman.
Yeah, so.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Wait, they added an NPC for what?
The Shaman.
This stupid
Vex.
meme. If you don't spend time on Reddit, you'll never know what it is. I had to look it up.
I mean, I don't know. I only use the competitive WoW Reddit.
Yeah, some fucking idiot posted about what realm he was gonna play on with his actual name, and like millions of people all said they were gonna steal his name. So it's now the most named character ever on like any version of a Blizzard game. So they put like a bunch of references into the real game because.
Was it like Asmonbald or something?
No, that's the guy's name. Thex, T-H-E-X. The guy made a thread, like a very popular thread on the Reddit, basically trying to make a survey about what the populations would be like, which is obviously something that needed to happen. And he made the mistake of saying, I'm going to be playing on this realm, and this is the character name I plan on using. This was like 2 weeks before it was available. You know what I mean?
Oh, so he just got sniped real hard.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, there's literally thousands of people. Like, every realm has the name Vex, and there's apparently like thousands of variations that the guy, that other people tried to take. So it's not like the most popular name that's ever been used, apparently.
I have poisoning for a rogue. It's pretty good.
I should come get you some orange. Some orange.
It's pretty good.
I'm trying to remember what I have for my warrior. It was something with. It was some kind of clap pun, but.
Like chlamydia?
Drew, so I got the bug has wigs now.
The nice thing is that all the big streamers agreed to use that one server so that other people could play in peace.
You're going for slick back.
I got Bear Force though, since I'm playing Druid, so.
Nice, that's a good one.
Bear Force 1 was taken though. It's pretty sad. Yep.
Isn't he?
I was like, oh, I'll use my Druid's name on live. It's fine. Nope, it was already taken. I mean, I can't be a Tauren Paladin, so I'm not gonna have Morgraine, because I just think it's not fun.
Go to sleep, Elias. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it.
92 herbs in that 20 minutes that I was flying around in the raid group.
I'll get about peak right there.
Yep. 600 an hour. That's about right. It's nice when you can actually find herbs.
Yeah, have a good night, buddy. I appreciate you dropping by. If you need to sleep, get some sleep.
Must be nice.
I won't hold it against you. I promise. We'll have some.
Not making money in the raid
European-friendly streams the next few days.
All my,
Because
all my
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we've got
make me poverty
stuff on the
status.
LP channel that's going to be streamed,
You
and
tried
we've
switching
got some
professions?
early afternoon stuff. So
No, and I'm not going to.
Oh, then get used to it.
Get
What was
used to
supposed
it.
to
It's been this way since vanilla. I haven't changed it.
What
Don't
do you
tell
mean?
me to get used to it.
No, but what was the problem? I don't understand.
You lose
Enchanting
money in
is
profession.
poverty.
Oh, you mean like compared to other professions, you make almost no money with it, right?
Of course,
that's what I'm
because I
looking
give everything away for free.
Well, don't. That's what I'm saying. If you need money, let me know, dude. You don't have to give it all away for free. I mean, nobody really needs enchanted.
I enchanted like 6 or 7 people last.
Yeah, so instead, just if we don't get anything from the guild bank, then we don't have anything to enchant with. That's fine. We don't we don't enchant enough or disenchant enough gear to make enchanting materials now. So it's just how it is. Don't give it away for free if you're losing money. Sadly, things have changed in the way the game works.
Saying, like how fucking alchemy just like makes money hands over fist.
Yep.
I haven't made a penny to Alchemy's entire expansion.
Well, you could.
Well, I could, but I
The
pre-bought
difference is
everything
we
we
get
do.
2 hour. I mean, the 2 hour flash thing is that's just free money. You're literally just printed money at that point. It's really. It's overpowered for raiding for sure. You spend 4 hours in the same place. It's just absolutely invaluable. I noticed it today. I played on my shaman for the first time in forever, and it doesn't have alchemy set. It's like I had to use so many more flasks. Did like 5 keys. Had to use like 6 flasks.
I think flasks because obviously I use flasks in raid. Man,
I mean, you could use that on trash, Metro.
I don't want that, dude. It's fucking...
my thing is fucking the DPS potion and
Right.
health potions.
Yep. Yeah. Can't imagine it without alchemy. Honestly, it's so useful.
I got a battle potion from fucking Blink.
Ashi is a priest.
Didn't
Yeah,
even this guy
Ashi is
kid?
also a big troll.
See, Salandria was thankful to have it, Metro.
But that's 'cause
Jeez,
he never uses pots.
I know. They'll have it
It's like,
for
oh, I
at least
could
one
use
at a
pot
time.
now. I can't be asked with those pots, man. They just sit in my bags. I never find a good opportunity to use them over the new one.
I just use it on the first trash pack in here.
Nah, better to vendor it, honestly.
Man, there's a fucking Blingtron orgy going on over here.
Yeah, well, if we can get the stragglers here, we can at least start the trash. Shell is on his way, and hopefully Brandish is as well. And that's going to be 20 tonight, so it's going to be interesting.
Hey, King Mechagon is saying that we gotta kick Stromy out.
No, I like Stromy.
Not the only one, but sadly we cannot afford to do it tonight.
Damn.
Yo, but you gotta
Whoa.
kiss my boy Stromy.
I don't have a problem with him. Fucking
No, it sound
Blingtron
like
does.
sound like Metro had some sort of people.
It's like,
I see right through you, Metro.
I know you do.
It also says removal of oof required. Ooh, incompatible blood elf detected. Who's a fucking blood elf?
I am.
You're probably the only one.
How the fucking racials have fallen.
Flandria is the blood.
I don't know. I'm honestly like if I didn't
any
have to. Oh,
No idiot would play Torn probably, right?
Oh,
That war storm though.
Zaldor's Zandalari.
Oh right, I forget about Zandalari. I played with the Pally today in King's Rest, expecting him to have a Blood Elf ratio for the ads, and he didn't. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Place was a
honestly,
nightmare last week with Bolster with no fucking way to kill.
if I could pick a race right now, I would go Blood Elf, but I don't feel like paying for it. So having that extra dispel for Mythic Plus is nice.
Yeah, it's
Chan, the resource too. You don't need his.
It's like a bad start in King's Rest because of the lack of Blood Elf. It's just, you fuck keys.
Especially when that Void Emissary is right there, so you had to like pull the construct back and then hope no one would pull the fucking little.
Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass.
He needs to get a better computer.
Ash, get back down here.
Kay said he had to restart his computer again. Isn't that thing like a fucking potato?
Look,
I'll show
we
you
need to have
potato,
at least
okay.
one person have a shitty PC. Or
Run that out.
You already got me with a shitty
Double
PC. My
holder.
shit's from 2009.
Shitter.
Y'all some bitches. Why you do this? Thank you, Sarah.
I'm spinning cranes as much as I can.
Spin them faster.
Apparently that was on me.
Okay, guys, bubbles coming out in 5. Please run away.
Stand directly in melee.
This is why we wanted to kick you.
Did you think, by the way, did you guys think it was like a difficult job to heal the tanks in this fight last night?
No, the tanks weren't the problem.
Yeah, tanks were fine.
The problem was like you would heal some and think everything's fine, and then like suddenly they're dead, or they wouldn't get the things.
I mean, just for tanks especially.
I
So
think you'll
times
find
I felt
towards
like,
the second and third platform, that's for sure.
yeah, I felt like the end was I was getting very little healing.
Second platform's hard because I try to get close enough for pain subs, but usually that's within range for people who are trying to swim up, which was how I died on that last pull the other night. I was just too high when Faldo went up to solo soak it and it caught.
So was Topes.
I'll
Yeah,
say
I
this.
wouldn't smoke before the encounter if that's your problem.
Almost all the melee is floating. If you just sat on the floor, you would be fine.
Oh, yeah, they're floating, man.
You were on the floor, like right on the edge before you got to the chasm. You would like literally never be touched by anybody on that fight. I had to move because every time Tokes would go to solo, he would like swim up into me.
Well, at first I was going just directly to the left, but then Metro was like, no nigga, you gotta go up. So I started going up and to the left.
Don't touch my friends, they're on the treadmill.
You want to go up. It's just there shouldn't be anybody above the boss, right? Because it's too hard to hit him.
No. That's where I sit so I don't get fucking zapped by everybody else.
There's plenty of room on the floor, like whoever said that. I think it was you.
But I go up there because like I said, just the way the spec plays, if I don't do as much as I can in an 8-second window, and so I have to swim away because somebody else is fucking on top of me, it really fucks. I just go up there because nobody's up there on the pole.
If you're comfortable up there, stay up there. That is where should be theoretically the safest place to be on.
I was using the
Blackwater
dimension.
Behemoth. Everything that drops
Don't
for
stand
me
in
off
water
this
with
guy
the
is an
blade.
upgrade.
Get you up before we go down there.
Good point, Metro.
I want to try testing out this. You brought it up and I never got an answer, but potentially like just swimming to the boss's like maximum or minimum hitbox and see if he aggro. Because that was ultimately what caused the issues that we had happen with Tokes last night. Was I can't start next to the boss, so They're closer in stealth. That's why I was gonna hit you
I
first.
mean, I can hop in and
Yeah.
taunt if you want. I was just letting you take it first and then taking off.
Actually, that's the thing. I'm taunting it still. I'm just not close enough to him. I have to
Wait,
swim.
I leap into him when we.
I know, but if you're doing that and he's still getting melee, then it's obviously not working. So we
He
Yeah,
hasn't.
don't worry.
He hasn't been
Don't worry
taught.
about me. Don't worry about me anymore. I figured out like a better opener on the pufferfish thing. So I shouldn't be getting like randomly meleeed at the start anymore because I'm gonna actually start on the pufferfish.
I actually found out that I need to start on the boss.
Well, you better
Oh,
karma, my friend.
really?
either way, I want to try it to see before we go.
Supposedly I can get a second touch of death before he like sinks if I put one onto the boss like immediately on the pole. So
Well, good luck.
Would that mean that you won't get more later?
now that means I will get an entire extra one over the course of the fight. To get like 300 or 400k damage.
Kill the next pufferfish.
Just because there's so much time in between the phases, that's why the problem exists.
It's like 2 minutes. Like the first platform, for whatever reason, they give you like an extra 10 seconds on that platform, and then it's 2 minutes every platform beyond that. So
I see. Yeah.
I will still get one on every platform, and it'll be at the end of 2 and 3, but I'll get 2 on the first one.
Nice.
I don't know, I'll have to see how it works out, because if it has to be the first global, it's going to be...
It's gonna happen again. You're gonna. So we'll try it, and we'll see if I can start in melee range of the boss. The third dimension really fucks with me, to be honest. I kept swimming into the boss, and you can't do that. He knocks you out, so I can never tell when I'm close enough. It's very disorienting, I guess.
You stay close to the
Interrupt
ground.
these guys,
It's easier.
please. Rejuvenating all. Interrupt the ability, please. What did you say, Jix?
So if you stay closer to the ground, it's better to orient yourself.
I just want to make sure I'm as close to the center as possible, so I could always soak if somebody needs.
Hey, Don
Always
Mac.
just press space bar though if you're like floor.
I tried it in the first night of pulls, and I was never able to get in it if people were above me, so I was having trouble with it.
Nice. That's really good.
Yeah, I have really bad like spatial awareness on this fight as well. Like that's another
Yeah, I
reason I
think
sit up
that's-
top, because I like can see myself. Like I use the boss as like a gauge for the distance.
I think that's part of the fight, right? Like they did this on purpose to make it a mechanic, basically being underwater.
I think it would have been cooler if they didn't give us the membrane and we all had to go farm hydrocanes and swap it in and out of our weapon slots.
From fucking, what is that, Black Fathom Depths?
Yep.
Fuck that, just a bigger warlock.
Yeah, just swim speed points.
Dude, everybody in vanilla had hydrocanes.
Did they? Alright, here, let me just try it now. So swim away if you don't want to potentially die here.
Just don't stay over the chasm. Make sure you actually...
No, yeah, he
Oh, I
aggroes
jumped
if you
into
get
the
too
chasm.
close, but I can definitely get closer than I have been. I'll
It looked
die
like
in... What's
You
up?
got like right up to his snout before he.
Yeah, I was literally inside of his face when it
Oh.
aggroed, yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead. Oh god! I can't, no.
So just don't release if you don't want to die again. I'm gonna keep trying this to learn exactly where he aggroed.
Damn, I didn't even die to that. I wanted to see how much it did to me with just diffuse.
Glad I
Stay
got
up
my
here.
food buff beforehand.
Yeah, my bad. I shouldn't have called that out. Just stay up here. Hopefully it won't aggro this.
Good luck with the suicide. I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, fellas not here tonight. It can get really close, so should be good.
I mean, did you like bounce off the boss the first time you went in? Is that what like triggered his combat? Oh, it still kills us all the way up here.
What do you mean bounce off the boss?
Like you said, if you get in his hitbox, it'll knock you out. You didn't do that by chance, did you?
Not now, no.
No, that was an impressive deal.
You done testing?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just gonna stay dead because. You guys can eat now.
Yep. Go ahead and eat up. Release. Get back. We're ready to go. We're gonna have to 19 man. This looks like.
Ruh-roh.
I have many wares. Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
Luckily, it's an incredibly easy DPS requirement, so shouldn't be a problem.
So Rick, how's it feel to get 360 no scope through the floor by a fish?
To get what?
I didn't see the fish do a 360.
Oh, yeah, no, we couldn't see that, but he got fucking barbed through the floor.
Yeah, I was all the way.
Fish actually turned a full. He was like facing. I saw his back.
See, there you go, 360 no scoped.
Okay, there you go. New strat. Fucking
Light him up there.
Sub will be the best DPS spec then.
What, cloak, trap cloak, and just sit up here?
You just turn the boss around. So
Theo, there's an extra mechanic that hurts really hard.
Is this still a thing?
I don't fucking know. Don't they have some ability?
No, don't be worried. You're not.
So they
I think
can.
ambush was changed or something, so like it doesn't even need the back anymore.
It's a
It'd be
line
really
that.
cool if the guy that played the class would respond.
Okay, I just dropped a bunch of stuff. It's a line that shoots
someone
up
who
from the boss and
plays
hits for 1.3 million divided
the
among
class.
everybody who's soaking it.
I don't think Toast plays
So
that.
everybody has to soak it.
I'm pretty sure I could name every ability that Mistweaver has, and I've literally played it 3 times. I played it in MOP when it was completely different. Fist weaving was actually a thing. Good old days of jab uplift, which isn't even an ability anymore.
Oh, well, the healer said they had no problems with the tank, so I went full off it. That 1% ain't happening again. How are you on fire as a tree underwater?
Maybe that's why. Like, we should all unequip Crucible because we're underwater, so the fire actually isn't burning the fish.
I mean, I can't use my cooking fire underwater, so how the fuck are you on fire?
It's Azeroth.
Yeah, I can't use my fucking speed boost underwater.
Yeah, I can't use Flying Serpent Kick, which makes 0
Really?
sense.
But I can use the Immolation
Because of the
Aura,
rock.
which literally puts me on fire.
Yeah,
Like, to
Burning
use it
Rush
out-
just
out in the world.
deactivates the second you touch water.
Out in the world, like, to use Flying Serpent Kick, I have to jump out of the water, and then I can Serpent Kick across the top of it. But, like, you can't use it underwater. It's fucking terrible.
Can you use my flopping fish at least?
You're lagging by any chance?
I'm playing at a balmy 66 MS.
My fish doesn't seem to be flopping.
I'm at 119 FPS.
Oh, you know what I should
At least I'll roll my back.
You guys like to see the
I don't think
damage
upper
meters.
bodies is supposed to go 360.
Summon folks back. Anyways, drop Cauldron. And we'll get started. So they got a 19 man, but like I said, this fight really does not. There's literally no detriment to doing this. We're never going to wipe because of damage. So just need everybody to actually do what I asked them to do in this fight, which we for some reason had a lot of problems with last night. So I'll go through it one more. Just drop cauldron. Here we go. Yeah, go ahead and get flask. Groups 1 and 2. Make sure you have. Okay, so put more colors just to illustrate, but by now everybody should know what we're doing.
What group am I in?
Anytime it picks a melee, okay, we have a severe issue. All right, it's frankly going to be very difficult with melee, and this is something we cannot have wipes to. Okay, so melee should take the portal from skull to red if we're on the first one. Or on the second one, you'll take it from blue to purple. Okay, the reason that you want to take the portal is because it's the fastest way to put a direct line between you and the boss. Okay, but if you cannot take the portal, you should just run directly backwards. Okay. You will not run up, you will not go down, you will not go left, you will not go right. You will directly backwards from the boss where you were, okay? This whole swimming all side to side, up and down shit when we're trying to soak is getting us killed, and we do not do this, okay? It's the exact same. We've had this mechanic multiple times over the years. This is not this complicated, okay? So if we are soaking your thing, you will go directly backwards as far as you can. We can try to grip, or you can try to take the portal, but one way or the other, you cannot go up, down, side to side. You have to go backwards, okay? That's if you're soaking. If you're not, if we're soloing, you go up, okay? To my knowledge, the best place to take this is up. There should be way fewer people above the fight than there would be below the fight, but seem to disagree. Either way, this is what you'll do. You will go above and hopefully to one of the corners just to make sure. But either way, just going above should be all you need. Use your immunity, and that's that. So Shallow can do it with Turtle. No. Everybody else knows exactly what they're doing. We've had some talk about other classes doing it like Monk, and we learned last night that it did seem like Morgan was able to do it, but he has to save CDs that aren't really a great option to save. So if you can do it, make an audible, and we'll try to soak it, but otherwise, it doesn't matter. Just don't do something stupid with the line. That's the only way we should ever wipe on this fight. This fight is very strategically basic, and complicating it because we're not dealing with this line properly is a very frustrating way to wipe. Okay, so please just pay attention to this mechanic, and this should be, we get this in 1 or 2 pulls turn. Okay, so here's right check.
I tend to agree, Don.
Last thing on the poll, massive amount of people start on the pufferfish, get it killed, or blessing as soon as the pufferfish is dead, that is, and we'll be calling out every mechanic, but we have the same amount, less per capita, obviously. Immunities, we get a couple. We got 1 or 2 that are lucky, especially on this first platform. It could be a massive boon to our raid. So just got to make that happen. All right, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, it's a barb. So good.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Run out. Is that already?
Soak the barb, not many.
Yep, nobody soaks.
Well, to be fair, they went in the lawn. They were off to the left, whoever had.
Next one, soak it. Spine.
Big boss.
A buffer.
What is happening right now?
Waited to kill the puff for too long.
Yeah, nobody had the buff for like a good 5 seconds.
Barb. He solos.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Run out with shock pulse. Do not die. Spine, big healing.
Big boss.
Okay, swim. After your buff's over, swim. Don't swim early.
Throw up buffs when you get a chance.
Beware.
Thank you.
Why is it still alive? Interrupting. Spine's coming. Barb, soak it. Spine. Should have the pufferfish almost dead by now. Next barb's soaking alone. You're killing yourself.
4, 3, 2,
Puffer
Spine.
dead.
beware.
Should have the buff, shock pulse. Don't die to this. Spine. Soak it. Direct rally.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Run out. Got him up before we leave. And smoke grass. Fucking 47%, obviously not killing this.
Beware.
Should we just wipe it here?
Nope, practice phase 3.
Sir, was that an auto healing tide I just saw? I swam by.
Hell yeah.
That was sick. Too bad I did nothing with it.
Okay, we gotta burst the pufferfish. Let's go. Hard damage. All attacking pufferfish. Let's go. Every person who's alive has to attack.
4, 3.
That interrupts. Got it.
I gave you 2 crucibles. I couldn't get over there fast enough.
Mine first. Okay, solo. Sarah's gotta die.
4, 3,
Could you onk?
2, 1.
Res. Shock. Don't take it though. Shock pulse. Take it now. Next barb.
Puffer.
Okay, should be killing puffer. Die as well. Sadly, 2 healing.
4, 3, 2, 1. Beware.
Run out. Make sure you have the buff. Wipe it up. No, that's the fight. We do not lose 4 people on the first platform and have 19 people. We got this easy.
4, 3.
I'm in open waters with the buff and die quick.
Hey, J Storm.
Now that was an impressive deal.
Don't forget to eat.
I feel like soaking with spines is just asking to get yourself killed.
Okay, make sure you've eaten. This first one is causing a lot of problems for us every pull here. I don't understand why. I can only imagine it's because we're not killing this pufferfish fast. I really need you guys to attack this pufferfish, okay? Get this thing killed as soon as possible. in an ideal world, it wouldn't be a problem, but we are obviously at disadvantage here tonight, so we need every point of damage we can on that thing, as much as we can afford. And the quicker we get that buff, the easier the first soak will be. But they're not soaking because they're still trying to get the buff. So this is the only possible reason. Either that or you don't care about killing this fight. So I'm assuming that's the reason. That makes sense. So just make sure that we're ready to go for that first soak. We cannot miss it. Okay, we cannot have people dying the fucking second the fight's.
So, Cop, I don't know if you know this. I found this out today too. You want to storm Earth and Fire on the pole while you're attacking the puffer, because your clones will also attack the boss. Like a massive damage increase because you get multi-target damage.
Oh, nice. Thanks, man.
Oh, that first soak, we're still doing it up against this right wall, right? Or are we not doing that anymore?
I don't know. Whatever we've been doing.
Yeah, just so really quick, like nobody should be left of this line from these two until we have to all move to the other side. So if you get the thing and you move way over to the left, it's
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so that's probably part of it too. Then, yeah, people are starting in the wrong spot. You want to be near this skull mark. Okay, this is very close to the buffer fish. In case
all ranged should be in this line and never move until you have to move to the other line between.
Yep.
So all you have to do to get in the beam, like the person with the beam needs to get here, and all you should have to do is go up or down in your spot to get into the line.
Yeah, I watched a couple of the replays back on Warcraft logs, and basically you can see like everybody's on one side, and then everybody moves to the other side together.
Yep, that's how it's supposed to be. All right, right check.
Heck with it, I'm using one of these 500 gold runes.
Some food shell? I got some. Yeah.
Do you have burst food?
Yeah, I do.
I'll take it.
Okay, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's the spines. Back the soak.
4, 3,
And to go. Cool. Pipe it up. I
the
guess
fuck
I
was
don't
that?
know if we're gonna be able to do this fight if we
Seemed
kept.
like he went a little too up there. I don't know. I was only seeing.
Like, thought everybody on the first one is supposed to take the
Already
thing
be in the
soak
line.
it between Skull and X, but
They are.
they're always taking it off to the left. Where
Okay, this is 100% of what it should be. Ranged, if it's a ranged or a healer, they should already be in the line. You want to get like mid-level height-wise, and everybody should soak it. If a melee gets it, they should be clicking the Warlock portal, and all the ranged and healers move to the floor. Period. It's like 100% idiot-proof if you do that every time on this first platform.
I mean, this is like.
That's what the gateway is there for to begin with. Like,
Yeah,
otherwise,
you guys realize that we
not
are
there
wiping
for
to you
anything.
guys refusing to do what I'm asking you to do, right? Like, this is the only reason we haven't killed this fight now. We've had 5 or 6 pulls where we should have killed this fight, and you guys don't do what I ask you to do, and so just fucking do what I ask you to do. I don't care why you're not doing it, just start fucking doing it. Take the portal if you're a melee, or get a grip, or just kill yourself, because there's no way we're going to be able to soak it if you react late like this. This is not this difficult, okay? Let's get serious about this. This first soak should never even come close to being a problem. Everybody
Jonathan.
should all be on one side of the room, and if you're a melee, you just click the portal or get a grip, and that's that. It's not complicated.
And Draki, since you can't use leap, right? Because you're underwater.
Yeah, you can sort of use it.
It goes to the
You
ground if
should
you
just
use.
be in a spot on the ground near the portal, because you have like the least mobility underwater of anybody.
Red check coming. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
Five, 4,
There's the spines. Barb, soak it. Run out.
Back to the left.
Another spine. Another soak in 10 seconds. Be ready.
Take ball.
Here it comes. Soak it.
Going up,
Get
Kyle.
further back, dude.
Offer should be going.
Puffer should be dead by now. Spines. They're soak it. Run out. Okay, big healing here. Res.
Wait for your debuff to go up.
Beware.
Okay, we gotta nuke the fuck out of this pufferfish, guys. We got 18 people right now. Let's go. Kill this as fast as you can. Okay, interrupting. Spines first. Soak it. Run out. Do not take damage from this. Run as far as you can. Fine. We should be killing the other puffer by now. Next barb is coming. It's a sacrifice. Hopefully be immune. Okay, he's gotta die. Spine, big healing. Fucking dead. Okay, back to defensive trinkets. Wipe it up.
We need those puffers like killed way quicker. You're just gonna lose people every time there. Range don't switch to it soon enough.
Mythic Progression rating is what's up, buddy.
You got a barb going out, everybody stacked, like, or way too close. There's gonna be people getting hit with feelers and spines going. Like, we just can't not have a puffer dead there.
I think
the worst part of the entire fight.
Should that like
I
I
think-
go as early as the shock that you have to leave range for. I just go over there and start attacking at that point.
I think range should probably be getting on that puffer right before that shockwave goes out.
Okay, make sure you're eating. Hopefully everybody did.
Can somebody hook me up with a repair mount real quick?
I got you.
I have many lucky doos you like.
Thank you.
Good fortune to our friends.
Quick question. For the second poor platform when we're soloing, do you want us still just to swim up directly, depending?
Yep, same thing.
Okay, so I'm in a little bit of a screwy position because I'm attacking the puffer on the second platform. So the same deal, just swim up straight from the second platform.
Correct. Always swim up. There should never be anybody above the boss. I don't know how you would attack the boss from above.
All right, very good. It is.
Stay road check.
Just making sure.
Yeah, that should always be the safe bet. And try to go instead of trying to go side to side, it's just go up as far as you can until you.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spines. Barb, so good.
Oh, you don't have the buff.
What?
Spines. Big buff. Next barb.
Don't take the res. Shit.
So good.
Start killing the pup.
Buffer should be dead after the pushback. It's dead way too early. Lock pulse. Take the res, get the puff. Spines. Stromey now. Stromey doesn't have the buff.
Yeah, I couldn't make it over there. They killed it too quick.
Barb. Run out. That's it. Wipe it up. Yeah, we make this fight look hard, dude. This is this is the hardest I've ever seen a group make a fight look. This is
So when when it's almost time to get the buff, y'all should be already making out like in position, like getting in position.
Beware.
Hey, Squishy.
Shallow, if you can't die, you need to get in one of these jellyfish.
Yep, right into the jellyfish. Or Fane.
Whatever. There you go.
That was an impressive.
Okay, again, guys. Really just need to do what is asked of us on this encounter. Okay. This jellyfish needs to, whatever the puffer thing needs to die after not the pushback, not before it, not during it. After, you should be getting pushed back into it. You get the buff, you get back. Okay. The first soak, you have to. I mean, we just got to do everything right, man. This is so crazy. Two people in a row don't get a buff. Like, can't happen. Okay, gotta do the two things that this fight asks of us every time the boss dies. Okay.
Like you.
I got my 3 names reserved.
So, I know this is like Windwalker theory talk too. I know I mentioned this before, but I don't remember if you were in Discord. So if you have Storm Earth and Fire out cop and you Fist of Fury, and then you start channeling your trinket, your clones will continue to cast Fist of Fury while you're channeling, so you can basically be doing 2 abilities at once for your Touch of Death window as well.
Yeah, you mentioned I'm just still trying to get that synced into my brain.
Yeah, it's like completely counterintuitive, but it definitely helps.
Yeah, I know. It's taken a while to sync up to the rest of my brain, so I am trying to do that.
I just want to make sure I mentioned it.
Absolutely, I do appreciate it. Hi, Lord.
Oh shit, can we get Lacroix real quick, please?
Okay, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spines. Soak.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Shock pulse. Run. Spine. So he solos. Get out of it. Make sure you're not in it.
4, 3,
Spines.
2,
After
1.
this, the pufferfish needs to die. Make sure it's dead after the shock. Get pushed over there. Kill it. Get it. Spines. Solos.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Run out. Spines again. Big healing needed here. Okay, swim when you can. Don't swim early.
Beware.
Again, we gotta nuke the pufferfish. Okay, interrupting. Spine first. There it is.
3, 2.
Barb now. So good.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Shock pulse run.
Get on the fish.
Shoot down fish.
Kick ball. I got meta rolling.
So good. Sadly healer, so it's GG.
Just soak, we'll be fine.
4, 3,
Wipe it up.
1.
We really just can't lose anybody on this first platform. I don't know how it continues to happen every single point. If anybody does on this first platform, we can't res you sadly.
No, that's
Don't have that affordability.
impressive, dear.
Yeah, I just say the wrong word all the time. If you guys, hopefully you guys know the strategy, okay? We're sacrificing on that one and all on the third one. Just calling the mechanic out. I'm saying the wrong
Ah,
word.
Tyler.
You should know what we're doing.
Wait, I'm sorry. Now I'm more confused. The second platform we can soak.
Okay, you
right?
guys call it out then. If you don't understand
Okay.
the theory behind this fight, I can't help you.
First three we can soak. The middle one on that second platform is lining up when everybody's like trying to kill this puffer fish, and it's like near impossible to soak it properly in that time frame. So we just sack the person there, and then we sack them all on the final platform.
Okay, yeah, I knew the final path for sure. It was just that one that confused me.
Like, it can be if the puffer gets killed at that early every time, but that historically has not been how quickly that puffer has died. That's why we were sacking it there.
If people get close enough, I can barrier too.
Or we also run into a problem on the second platform where if we kill the puffer too early to do that, we wouldn't have the buff at the end of that hit before the intermission, and we die. So yeah, we should.
Wait. 1 second. You're taking. Are you not using Luminous Bearer for this?
No, I'm running evangelism. This is what I've been told.
But you can't use barrier at all, right? It's not effective in this 3-dimensional.
If people are on the ground, which is where I've been trying to stand, and I see most people, but I can take luminous.
Yeah, it's so much more effective, right? All right. Either way, raid check. Right, so yeah, no more battle rises on platform 1. If anybody dies, you're dead for the fight. And yeah, do what again? Sacrifice the second one on the second platform and every one on the third platform. If we get lucky, which we've gotten 0 luck tonight for some reason, we should be in good shape. Okay, here we go.
So get your rabbit's foot out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's spines. There's the barbs on Drex, so good.
Rick needs a buff.
Shock pulse run. Spines coming. So good.
4, 3, 2.
Our souls.
Run out. It should be buff now. Solos it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Big damage after this. Get ready for it.
I shouldn't have even taken that res.
Yeah, I was just giving it to you for later.
Okay, get ready to move. Do not swim before you have to.
I have 16 seconds left, so.
Then you're waiting.
See you later.
Thanks for stopping by.
It's dead.
Okay, interrupting. It's fine. So good. Run out.
Maybe on the puffer fish.
Solos.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Get your
Fine.
buff, get your buff.
Run out of this mechanic. Fines. So good.
I need healing.
Run out. Spines, big healing needed. Thing's about to fall off. Use everything.
Take ball.
Over.
Never mind.
Okay,
No
let's go
ball.
across.
I need hots on me. I'm gonna die in this.
You didn't soak that with me, did you, Metro?
I was gonna, but then I realized I would probably die if I did.
Brandish is home.
Okay, kill this thing. Let's burn it. Everybody again. 14 players alive, so we need everybody attacking it. Let's go.
Four, three,
Yeah, we gotta interrupt.
2.
Spread out, guys.
Solos.
Four, three, 2, 1.
Run away from the shock pulse. Do not die.
Need some help on the puffer.
Dies.
4, 3,
Spines.
Take ball.
1.
Run out.
Trank.
Oh my god, I swear to god, I thought I had that buff.
That's it. Wipe it up.
So, Cop and I can also solo with just a tank. So
Yep.
I finally got one where it only hit me with the fuse up. It hit me for 483k.
Good. Probably hit somebody else too.
Wait, hold on, never mind. That's how much it says it hit me for in the death recap, but then it says if you mouse over, it's 459 and then 170k
Yeah,
over.
100%. This is Mythic.
About 600k. Yeah. Should be alright.
I mean, I maybe could survive it if I was at full health, but
Right.
it'd be real close.
Whoo.
People need to be way more cognizant of their proximity to other players on that last platform since it's so small. Because I saw lots of zaps going out.
Let's summon Brandish up here so he can eat as well.
I have many lucky twos you like.
I do not recommend hand painting the field.
So another thing that I realized there that I don't know if people realize this because I just took that random res that I got like in the middle of it. If you for some reason miss a fish, like you shouldn't, but if you do, you can just swim out to a jelly and get the buff for enough time to get healed and then like come immediately back to the platform.
What? Where is this?
So like I got rezzed and I didn't get a jelly on the platform, like on the first platform. And I was like, I'm just gonna fucking die and waste this B-res. So I just swam out to a jelly, got the healable buff from it, and then swam back onto our platform.
You're talking about these things out here in the middle of the room?
Yes. It's better than dying if you have no other option, like if you're low and like, so I swam out here, I got the green shit.
Doesn't that just kill you automatically though?
No.
Hey, Mitcho. So I had an idea, kind of like, just for this first platform. If everybody stays on the left side until the first pushback, and then everybody go to the left side. Sorry, stay on the right side to the first pushback. Then everybody go to the left side. Everybody
is for us,
spreading out
Veltox.
after that. So
It's that extra
that's what we should be
mechanic
doing
that he's
here.
doing that's
When I
really
asked about
hurting
those
us.
repair bots, I was in desperate times.
The range can start attacking the
It
second
does a,
buffer whenever they feel like
1.3
it,
million
really.
damage to
Okay, so
everybody
explain
who's
to me
in
what's
the line.
different than what we've been doing, because I misunderstood, I guess.
A lot of people have been staying between Skull and X until the third one.
Right.
Okay.
So after the
You
first
do the
pushback, you just swim to the left hand. Or during the pushback, kinda, because you can kind of swim.
To anyone who is in the
Yep,
line.
whatever's best for you guys.
And not enough people are getting in the line.
Okay.
Because there's 3
20 players now.
dimensions.
Step one. Here we go. Right check. Here we go.
Plus, everything hits a lot harder.
4, 3,
Thank you.
2, 1.
Here's spines. Barb, soak it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Shallow get the buff.
Brandish also.
2 people without the buff.
That's way too late. You can't be calling that out. They need to know.
You should be on the left hand side now.
Sorry, I just realized that he didn't have it.
Sojourn, if you run out and grab the buff, I'll grip you.
So good. Run. Make sure the pufferfish is dead. Okay, that's it. Wipe it up.
No, that was an impressive deal.
So we were just talking. So basically, what happens is you get the buff. He does a spine. He does a pushback. You move to the left hand side. He does a spine. He does a pushback. Get the next buff. Is what happens on the pushback. That order.
Correct. Yep. Hopefully by now, I mean, how many pulls is this? 34 pulls. Hopefully everybody knows the. Hopefully everybody knows the order of mechanics. But yeah, obviously, like we're just not able to do this. Like you guys really should be embarrassed for yourselves if you miss this buff. If you're having trouble discerning if you have it or not, I would recommend getting a weak ore for this, making it as big as possible and making it near transparent. This is what I've done in the past.
Sarah just saved one. It's shared one. It comes in the middle of your screen.
Yep.
Yeah, I can call Juicin if you would like me to say left side, right side, getting more.
Sure. Yep. Call whatever you feel is relevant, but I mean, there's very little to this. These errors are borderline insane.
No,
like, it's hard to believe.
I'm Grasshopper.
Calling that
Smashed is another monk.
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. So just do the fight, okay, guys? This is gone on a little bit too long at this point. So
Metro's getting very frustrated. I'm doing my best. I can see my mistakes, but I'm doing my best to correct
personally,
them.
I was gonna say this. I would not run Luminous Bearer. You're gonna use it once on the fight. It's a 3-minute CD. Like it's not good. Evangelism having more atonements out, I think, is better. I think is the right play. Because you're never really gonna know. The only thing Luminous Bearer would be good for is if you absolutely know there's not enough people in a line for a soak that you could potentially save all of them with it.
I mean, why wouldn't you use it?
I really
Because
appreciate
the
the
extra spread healing from evangelism being out longer is much better when everybody's getting hit for shock damage and spines.
Cool. All right, right check. Focus on getting the buff first and foremost. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, spine's coming.
Get the buff.
Soak it, or no, solo it.
I'll solo it.
Move to the left.
Soak it. Run out for shock pulse.
Don't kill the fish.
Finish it, get the buff.
Take ball.
Big healing coming. Barb next. Okay, I'll help solo it with that.
Holy G.
Run out. Some shit. God, it's so hard to get it to hit me.
I'll solo with you next time. That was.
I have to get him. Okay, final mechanic is out. We're good. Moving up. Don't run early. Swim early. Whatever.
That was almost perfect timing with the buffer dying.
Okay, burst on pufferfish. Okay, interrupting. Spine first. Soak it. Run out with shock pulse.
Start getting over to the pit.
Spine, yep. Should be attacking into it.
So when we are sacking.
Correct.
So on that knockback for ranged, you should be swimming down to the portal and
He
use
solos,
that
he solos, he solos.
Get your healing.
Get him up.
Yeah, Octane's still. There you go.
I don't have anything.
Okay, next barb coming. Spine's first. He solos. Big spines. Top everyone off quick. We're leaving now. Swim across. Try not to die if you can. Some way you can avoid it.
Beware.
33%. This is definitely doable, guys. Just play clear.
You have Hellstones popping as soon as you get the buff.
Just be ready to spread if you're at 54k health or whatever.
Or potion.
Just wait as long as we can here since we're in no rush. Everybody get it and we won't interrupt until the last second.
4,
Okay, I'm gonna interrupt.
2,
No.
1.
I'll get the buff.
It's fine, big healing.
Feels I only
He
have mana
dies, he
left.
dies.
I've got pain sup and you need it.
Ouch. Run out, don't die here. Resurrect, take it after this. Get the kill on the pufferfish.
Oh my god, it's not even.
I got mana, let me keep Walter fit.
Solos.
No, dead.
And then you die,
You die.
die.
Oh, we died.
I take it back, man.
Run out.
Trank.
Just top everyone off. We're losing the buff soon, it's over.
Go, guys. Come on. You got this. You got this.
Big healing here, don't let anyone
We
die.
have 30 seconds left.
Come on. You got this, guys. You got this. 12.
Run out.
11.
Heal now.
10. Come on. You got this, guys. You got this. 9.
Let's focus on damaging the boss.
Heal with DPS.
8.
Yeah, kill the ball.
7.
We got a.
You can take it
6.
from here, I guess.
5. 4. 3. 2.
I need everything you.
You have no healers.
1 million, dude. 1 million. Less than 1 million.
Solandria is who I was talking to.
Bubble, something. Ice plug, something. Let the dots roll.
It's dead.
There it
Clean.
is.
Yes!
Thank God.
Oh, the dots.
Yes, Metric, I was trying to go as long as I could there. My bad.
So that's now, I think, the 4th boss in the game. That would
Papa,
kill
I just want you to know, I hate you if I don't get.
That was as lucky as they
So,
could have gotten with the Stokes as well.
I will say that this ice block, I fucking hate you.
What is that?
You soloed it, but you didn't go up. I was mid-level with the boss and I died because
Well, I mean, technically I was up, but
I was
That
like,
is
literally
actually amazing
mid-level
armor.
with the
Since
boss.
he's farther.
I mean, I was far back and up, so I can't really see who's like where you are. So
Like he was right
not-
next to me, so I saw him
I'm
go up,
saying like
but-
I hate you like jokingly, but like
Yeah.
I was literally like mid-level in the area, like in the boss's face, and like I just got one shot because I had just popped Touch of Karma, which when the shot goes off, it heals me to full, and I still have a little bit of extra absorb as well. And I'm at literally at 100% health with an absorb, and I like died instantly. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
I would kill Drusen there.
He got eaten.
He got eaten.
Saw the question marks come up, so.
Divers Folly, Divers Folly? No.
haven't seen a lot.
Hell
of people
yeah,
get eaten
Azeroth,
yet.
baby.
4
The belt.
You keeping that chest, Stromy?
Yes, sir.
Sweet
I'm going to buy my
Oh my god, fucking
damn.
455.
Oh, I got another piece of loot.
Divers
Yeah,
Folly,
so-
Divers Folly.
If you want a 455 BIS piece, just kill me when you solo with the thing.
They go ahead and equip that.
Okay.
Oh, it deals so much damage. It deals like almost 20k more than the
Yeah,
heroic.
it's sick.
Oh, I'm gonna go buy my Azeroth piece.
All right, guys, nice doing y'all. I'm gonna do my service transfer now. I appreciate it. Good time.
Well, that was probably the best way to kill that boss, honestly. I don't think any other kill would have been fitting. So.
You would suffice.
Yeah, for real. Okay, like I said, it got to be at least the 4th boss where KMS was the last person alive in the skilled history, so.
I appreciate you, K-Maz.
Was it him on Rasta that did that too?
Maybe.
All I know is the boss didn't because he straight dicked me with my bonus roll.
There's like 4 people alive on Rasta.
Anywhere's
Really? I don't know if you remember these. These things hit very hard.
Okay, Veltox. Have a good sleep, buddy. Because we're gonna be wiping quite a bit on the next boss too.
Oh, what? I blocked your trinkets.
Oh, you didn't see it? Here, like, I'll link it for you.
I was just mousing over. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, really?
Best part is the
Guys,
fish.
let's come do trash, guys. Let's go.
I'm gonna die.
Just in case you didn't see it.
Health pot, Hellstone, both my personals.
To clear the other side too now, so we got a lot of trash out of us. Do the big pack next with less.
So, Faldor go tanks. Oh.
Red.
Wait till everybody's here and then we'll pull with less and nuke. Yeah, apparently I know a lot of people did use a bear, but
I mean,
it's fine for it now.
I'm saying if you're gonna 3 heal, you might as well.
If you want, Slarna.
I merely wanted our guests to bear witness to your.
Hey, you guys coming? Truck? Who's these people down here? Truck, Shallow, you guys come?
Not like this.
It's not. Alright, let's pull with lust. 3, 2, 1.
You ask to be powerful, Priscilla. Consider our bargain complete.
We have already clicked the other orbs on?
I mean, we killed the other ball.
Yeah, but we didn't do it today. I guess it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I think it's like
Yeah,
like
On my way back to
unlock.
Christmas summer.
Did you get a good Azerite piece?
No, of course not.
How much do you get for scrapping a 445?
10K.
10K. I just love how Cobb got the chest on a bonus roll when I didn't even fucking need it.
But I
Probably
did
better.
need it. That other chest I had was crap. It had crap traits
Okay.
on it. That was my
Not
third
bad.
OPS trait on
He
that
needed
chest.
it as a side grade.
Have Drusen go back DPS and all. I'll tank since
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got Azerite and everything. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go for solo tank for now. We're not gonna get far enough in the fight for it to matter. I'll learn what I need to learn so then I can explain it to Father better. Okay, I'm gonna ready check to make sure everyone's listening. We have a lot to talk about before we even pull this boss for the first time, so make sure everybody's here.
This is a wicked hard boss. This boss is going to take us a couple
Okay,
of weeks.
this
I think.
is Mythic Ashvane, one of the hardest bosses in the instance, and a very, 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 very strict DPS race. Basically, the fight is all a DPS race. It's probably the only thing that will stop us from killing it eventually. So it's going to be handled a little differently. We're going to be 3 healing this fight from now on. Okay. Ideally, I will have Falder tanking as the 3rd tank. We're going to 3 tank, 3 heal. but he's not here currently. He's going to be here in about an hour. He texted me, so we'll see what happens. But for now, we're going to learn with me as the third tank, and we're going to have Morgraine and Jix do the main tank roles. The big difference on this encounter for you guys is that in the transition phases, there is going to be something else to soak. Okay, it's going to be a green circle on the ground after we destroy coral. It shoots out more shit that we have to soak effectively. Okay, if we ever miss one of these, it's a wipe. Okay, we cannot have extra coral in this encounter, so we will wipe. All right, so this would be a mandatory part of the encounter. You'll be running 60, 100 yards away from the boss, doing 0 DPS for about 20 seconds, getting back as fast as possible, all while trying to maximize your DPS. So these are things we need to be talking about on a DPS race fight, okay? You need to find ways to maximize your fight with, things like maybe dots or perhaps some kind of talent that's going to help you get in and out quicker. But what you're not going to do is not do the fucking mechanic, okay? If we ever have extra coral spawn because 50% of the group doesn't decide they want to soak, we wipe, all right? The other main difference on this encounter is that our kind of damage is so important that if we don't have the right damage split at the right time, we will not be able to complete the encounter. There's some very important splits that we need to make, and we will not be able to kill the encounter if we do not make them. Okay, the first split is that we kill the boss first phase after the bubbles have spawned. Okay, so there's 2 bubbles in the first phase. It's going to be on pretty much like 20 seconds in the fight, and then about a minute into the fight. Okay. At this point, we need to transition the boss into the first no shield phase, okay? If we don't, we wipe. If we do it too soon, we wipe as well, okay? So we need to start thinking about not using everything on the pull, probably. I've been told basically if for some reason this is something that you don't have to worry about, then you have too little damage, you won't be able to kill the fight. But either way, start thinking about this over the course of the next few weeks. We want to save some CDs for the first, that first whatever, no shield phase, okay? And I'll explain why in a second. But either way, what we want is the orbs, the soakable orbs to spawn as the boss is transitioning into that phase. That is because then the orbs don't matter. They can hit the boss and they will do nothing other than damage. So at this point, we will stack up. We will have Link and Barrier down as the orbs hit, and we will take 0 damage. And then Stromy could trank or whatever. It's very easy, okay? Then we will split up and do the soaking mechanic with the 2 colors. Cop actually linked a weak ore for that, so that might help you guys. But either way, again, another checklist. You do this wrong, we're done. We can't do the fight. You do it right, it's trivial. But that's how the fight's going to look every time. Okay, so regardless of what I'm doing or whoever the tank soaking is doing, we need to make these damage splits in this way where the final set of orbs is not problematic to us, and the best way to do that is to transition the boss as it's happening. We're going to do that in every phase, effectively, except maybe the last phase, I guess. But the cutoff that we're looking for here after the first no shield is 65-ish. Okay, we got to be in the 60s for sure. If we're still in the 70s, it's over. So this is where we're looking. All right, damage is going to hopefully continue to go up over the coming weeks, but for tonight, this is as far as I expect to get into the second shield phase. Okay, so first phase, this is where you got to practice. Figure out what you're doing damage-wise. Don't plop every single thing on the pull unless you absolutely have to, or it's definitely going to be backup for the first shield, which is only going to be about a minute into the fight or so. Figure out where you're going to stand in the transition phase. So whatever, like the no shield phase, so you can maximize your offense, but also soak the corals as well. And slightly differently, we're going to be doing the bubbles. We're going to be stacking them on top of the boss against the wall. Okay, so you're going to, instead of run to the exterior, you're going to put your body up against a wall. So half of the circle is eclipsed by the wall, and then the melee will move to the other side of the boss, and we'll have the boss on top of the bubbles. So we will not ever actually target the bubbles. We will cleave off the boss the whole time. You'll never switch to the bubbles. You'll cleave off the boss as hard as you possibly can, prioritizing 3-target cleave. And eventually I will take one bubble out every fight, but tonight I won't be able to do that. So there's going to be 3 bubbles, so that's 4-target cleave, and just got to nuke it as hard as possible without losing any damage on the boss. If we ever fail this, if we ever accidentally hit a 4th person, it's a wipe. If somebody doesn't ever stack, it's a wipe. If anything goes wrong with this, it's a wipe. Okay, so all of these mistakes that we made yesterday on Heroic cannot happen on Mythic. If any of these problems arise, it's over. We do not have a single second of wiggle room here. We need every battle res, we need every point in damage, and we need every point in healing. Okay, can make no mistakes in this fight. But luckily, this is actually an incredibly easy encounter strategically. There's almost nothing to it. I'm going to handle, or Fowler eventually is going to handle, about 50% of the strategy. All you guys need to do is soak a mechanic, clear the coral, and do as much damage as you possibly can. Okay, so Solandra says, if a class were have 0 cleave, would they just AoE or single target? Yeah, Divine Storm is the answer. What was your question?
It wasn't a question. So what I saw for cooldowns, what seems to work for people at least is a starting point and then adjusting from there. If it's 1 minute or less or a 5-minute CD, you can use it on the pole because it's better to get 2 uses of a 5-minute CD because you're only going to get 2 uses in the fight anyway. And it won't align up with more than one shield, like broken shield phase anyway. So you'll have it for the final broken shield phase and on the pole. And then 2 minutes, if you save them and don't use them on the pole, you'll have them for at some point during every broke phase. And 3 minutes you'll get on the first and third break phases. But if it's 1 minute or less and 5-minute CDs, use it on the pole. Otherwise, save it for the first break, just so we can like start getting used to that and seeing where we're at damage wise and adjust. Like have certain people start using theirs if we need to go up or down in damage.
Yep. So this is very much going to be a dance. I cannot emphasize this enough, and I really hope this is not the first time you hear this. Pinpoint precision damage is this fight. If we ever fail any of these splits, the fight ends. We cannot have a fourth shield, and we cannot have the first bubbles be done improperly. If at any point either of those two things happen, the fight ends. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're, first of all, like this is very easy to do. We're making sure we're not overbursting on the pull. We do not want to break the boss out too quickly. We want to be saving damage for the the first no shield phase, okay? Because getting her from 100 to 65 is more important than maximizing our offense outright for the entire encounter. Do you understand? There's small goals that we have to meet. So these are the goals that we're looking for. So now the bubbles are not, this is not a mechanic. It's not something you need to be changing your stuff around.
For dropping off the bubble against the wall, do you want to just go like parallel to the boss against the wall?
Oh, I will hope that, again, I wish you guys saw videos, but I'll try to explain. Let me just put some markers real quick. So this is the boss we're gonna pull the boss here instead, by the way, just start her here. So I'm gonna have the boss here, okay? Whoever's tanking is gonna have the boss here. We need to be I'm not gonna be tanking, but you guys are gonna be tanking. You need to be way more proactive with running into the coral as well. We wanna stack at least 2 or 3 every time. We don't wanna ever have 2 back-to-back. But anyway, boss is gonna be at skull, okay? We're gonna be moving from skull over to red. See the red marker to the right? That's the direction we're gonna be going. Starting at skull, moving that direction. So we're gonna move. The first bubbles come out. You're gonna put them at blue, okay? The boss is still at skull. You're gonna stack up against the wall, like close enough that melee are still in range of the boss, but the bubbles aren't hitting them. And then as the bubbles are out, we move the boss to blue. You understand? So we continue to move, stack the boss up on the bubbles, nuke the boss with the bubbles, in mind. Like I said, do a 4-target cleave basically, and that is that. So.
I've seen videos, but just since I've never tanked this, how many stacks do you switch at? And it's what's the ability called? Barnacle Bash is what drops the corals. Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea. It was a trivial matter on heroic, but I'd imagine.
It's usually the bubble will come out. Like when one of us has 1 or 2, you just gotta watch the timing so it drops off. Cause he'll do something that it's hard. You'll have to feel it out. Cause he'll do a timing where even if you have 2 and it looks like it's gonna overlap,
you just tell me when you want me to taunt off of you, and then when yours drops off, just taunt off of me because it's physical damage. It's not gonna hurt me. So.
Right. The tank mechanic itself is very easy, and if it wasn't any easier, I think you'd probably just 2-tank the fight anyway. But yeah, just the main thing for you guys for now, and eventually for me, is making sure that you're piling up those, the drop zone.
I've been practicing that shit since fucking.
You're great at it, and obviously Morgan won't get used to it, but that's imperative on this encounter. Okay, so, and I'm going to be doing what eventually, hopefully, will be Fowler's job. But otherwise, I will then, when I do the fight properly, I will be taunting to make sure every bubble I can take with AMS will be taken to maximize our DPS. But anyway, that's it. So yeah, just in case you guys aren't aware, again, this is something you should know already, but we will not be soaking up actual bubbles. So I'm talking about bubbles, and again, I'm terrible with the logistics of the names of these things, but what I'm talking about is the mechanic that encases you in a bubble. Okay, when I say this up until this point, I'm talking about the mechanic that you have to take to a certain spot and DPS. Okay, I'm not talking about the mechanic that you're supposed to soak. Okay, obviously, but Just to be clear, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to talk about the soaking, okay? Yes, briny bubbles. That's the name of the mechanic. The water globes, that's a better way to describe it, okay? So the water globes are a incredibly important part of this encounter, in case you, for some reason, still can't tell. So what we're doing is we're having a fucking single player deal with this almost exclusively. They're going to get 90% of them alone. Eventually, it's going to be Fowler. He's going to be considerably better at this than I can be. But for now, I'm going to do it as he's not here, okay? What we're going to do instead is I'm going to, the first set, I'm going to get every single one extremely quickly, okay? So you're going to be ready for this. As soon as you see the first one go off, you're going to be ready for healing, all right? But, you know, the only healer we have who has much wiggle room here is going to be Stromy. I guess we could use Link or Tide too, but we need reductions for phase 2, okay? But anyway, I'm going to swoop them all up mad quick. I'm going to have 5 stacks. That's going to be it. I'm going to take a bunch of damage, but it's not going to be a big deal. Then just projecting the fight out. It's probably not going to get this point, but projecting the fight out in phase 2, I'm going to do it again. The phase begins. I'm going to swoop, get all of them. I'm going to have 9 stacks or whatever it is, okay? I'm going to be getting hit mad hard, probably 10 stacks. I'm going to be getting hit mad hard at this point. I'm going to continue to take more damage. Then the third set comes out. I'm going to swoop. I'm going to die, okay? At this point, I'm going to stay dead for the rest of the encounter, pretty much, for like 2 minutes, okay? The third set that comes out in that phase needs to be skipped, okay? The boss will transition into the second no shield phase, or we wipe again, all right? These are the splits we need to make. So that third set of soakable water globs are going to hit the boss just like they did in the first split, okay? We're going to stack up, use barrier and link again, and we're going to survive it easily and then spread, okay? And then when the boss ends into that phase, we're going to then go, I'm going to take, you're going to res me, somebody's going to res me, and I'm going to sit on it until the last possible second. I'm going to get up, I'm going to need a pain suppression or some kind of external CD, and I'm going to run through every bubble that's up, and I'm going to die again. And then at that point, that's it. Unless we can somehow do it again, I'm going to need to stay dead for the rest of the encounter, and you will then have to soak, okay? So at the very end of the encounter, we're going to need any bulky DPS to soak. So druids, you know, obviously the demon hunter, but that's Jix, only one demon hunter. Rogue, paladin, anything that's bulky, that's going to be able to survive, that's going to be able to, you know, do what they need to do. And obviously tanks. I guess whoever's not tanking should definitely get one at this point, but this is not going to be today, one way or the other. So, but this is the projection of the encounter, okay? I really hope I'm not telling you this for the first time, but if I am, you need to understand this. If at any point one of you get hit by one of these soakable orbs, it's a wipe. You're going to die, okay? You cannot get hit by one of these by accident. I cannot fail to get them all, okay? Yin and yang here. The first phase should be trivially easy. It should be completely simple. So after that, things get a lot harder. Okay, I guess we got to summon Tokes, and then we'll get going here.
So hopefully people also like realize that you can pretty much stack on the boss the entire encounter.
Yes. In case it wasn't obvious, every player will be stacked on the encounter the whole until the transition. Then you'll spread out slightly you'll spread out where you need to be to soak the corals, and then you'll stack again, okay? Every player is stacked. 3 people with the bubbles, 2 damage dealers are going to go against the wall, 1 tank against the wall. The other 17 people are going to slide to the side, so you're still attacking the boss, but you're not in the bubble. You're going to cleave off the boss as he moves on top of the bubbles. Rinse, motherfucking repeat. That's it. The easiest, hardest fight I think I've ever seen, and it's all damage, okay? So we'll see what happens.
Morgan, if at any point you see, like, say, I'm tanking, and regardless of the time you see, like, me having the bubble, just instantly taunt and I'll move out.
Yep.
Just don't even worry.
Both shamans should also take Windrush Totem for this fight, for when the cutting coral happens.
Sure.
So you
Yep.
can move people.
I'm talking about, this is going to be pushing your character to the limit in such ways that you didn't know existed. You're going to need to maximize every possible thing you can to get in and out on this mechanic. Soak when you need, get back in, maximize your DPS. I'm talking about watching videos of Affliction Warlocks talking about how maximizing their dot uptime was like a 25% increase of their overall DPS. You understand? This is how hectic and important the non-shield phase is going to be. So these are things that you need to learn, okay? But for now, we have a lot more to worry about. We got to figure out the basics. So, okay, straight check. Get some looks here.
Still need one, sir.
Sadly, we're going to need food for our pull here, even though it's going to take a while just because we're not going to be able to see the damage splits otherwise. So go ahead and eat it. And I guess I'll drop another cauldron as well. Games Cauldron. So luckily, this first 2 minutes of this fight should be very straightforward. It's almost identical to it is on Heroic, and as long as the damage is not some massive issue out of the gate, we may have no problems making these first two splits. After that, things get considerably harder, but for now, it's very straightforward. Okay, just make sure you're following my commands. We had a big problem with this for some reason, people not doing what I asked them to do. But this fight, there's no options. There's only one thing you should do, and it's the right thing. Okay, there's no possible mistakes that can be tolerated. Otherwise, it's a guaranteed wipe. All right, right check for the pull.
This is a hard one, guys. I'm going to be doing my best, but this is a hard one.
So we're going to.
I just hope I learn quickly.
Here. We're just going to stand on it.
Yep, you're just going to stand here.
We already did Radiant
as
Cider.
Possible. Start nuking the boss the second that counter hits one. Blah blah blah. Want to go up there as melee? Get ready. I don't care, but just realize the boss is coming here instead, just to make sure we don't have any downtime on DPS.
I could speed tone it, but if you're not going to have me tank this,
I would.
No, I'm not going to have people get used to it. I was just saying, so Jix, you're going to need to start with the boss.
I
got good range damage, it's fine.
Hey, Mitch, it might be a good reason to have a bear tank is because they can use that roar, which is give everybody.
The problem with the reason that we want Faldor is because we don't have an option for 3 healers otherwise.
Faldor is probably OP anyway.
Yeah,
I'm just saying future state.
I was going to say, Felder said he was going to PvP his ret, so I don't know if he's got a ret set as well.
In the future, I don't know if there's other options too, like Demon Hunter can take like 24 stacks from what I hear, so I mean, that's also...
How do you survive with 24 stacks?
I don't know. I just know that one of the most geared Demon Hunters right now, which is only a couple hours above me, could do 20.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, from what the reason, just to talk on this is more important than pulling right now. The tank situation is very dire at the end. It's like literally that third tank needs to be absolutely perfect, and if they don't, we're going to fail, or it's going to get a lot harder at least. What the reason we want a Paladin is especially is because he could come up and just bop himself, or sack whatever, spell wording himself, and it's trivial. He has as much time as the spell wording lasts. Whereas I'm going to like pop up and die to Purgatory, and I need to get through enough of it that it doesn't matter that I got Purgatory proc, you understand? So like Paladin is trivial. Comes up, we can even res him twice. We can do it twice instead of Death Knight, where I'll only be able to do it once. So
because he doesn't take stacks during bubble or spell warding, correct?
No, you still get the stacks, but you're not taking damage. That's the important thing. Like once you get above 10 stacks, it starts to one-shot you. I saw it hit Naga for 500k when he had 15 stacks, and that's per second. I will die immediately once I get the 15 stack, but I'll res and have everything up. I'll literally pop all 3 of my CDs, and you will pain set me, and I will sprint, whatever, use a speed pot, and get all of them, and die again after all the CDs are over. And that will be all we need. And then the fight.
I think the only way Demon Hunter would survive at that point is to have Vision procs and Spirit Bombs, but yeah, it's probably about the same.
Yep. All right, that's enough talk. Ready to check. We got one couple pulls in here, and then we'll take a break and see where we're at.
Do you want to solve up pre-pot and stuff too, just to get a good look?
If you can afford it, yep. It's not gonna be that important. Again, like we really got to spread damage out, so do what you gotta do. But this fight is gonna change probably a lot over the next few weeks, regardless. So, okay, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No! I'll tear you apart!
Three people died. Perfect.
Great stuff. Take off.
Guys, it's the same mechanic.
It's a lot bigger too.
Take it against the wall.
Take boss back.
Now drag the boss over there. And yeah, if you can get out of it, you want to. So we gotta be stacked, guys. Every time this mechanic comes out, it should all be in one area, and we just move from it. lose spread is not. This is not how the fight goes. All right, what's this up? All
Is
stack.
that about where you want the barnacle? Like about that stack?
That looks
More.
I didn't really see when they dropped it this.
It's incredibly easy to stack those.
Yeah.
Dude, more green. So the timing on that, the reason I fucked it up, like I taunted, like, so I'll take 2, and then you take the boss. So that's wrong. I'll take 2, I'll get the bubble, and then you take the boss, and then I'll take it back after you get 1 barnacle, and then we'll...
That's what happened, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what happened, but I had to, like, I fucked up, so I had to panic taunt him back, because I realized that it was about the bubble instead of bar.
It's just gonna be the boss. But I'll put markers on some people just to try to help you guys see it. Okay, you're just gonna want to be stacked on the boss the whole fight.
You're gonna be stacked like on the boss, like right against the coral patch that's there.
Yep.
And then as soon as the all the whirlpools come out under the entire group shifts left like 2 steps, and then you're out of it. It's very easy if everybody's stacked.
Or not?
They spawn on people.
Yep. The
Target melee too or not?
Yes, targets everybody.
I released and I'm back by the last boss, so if I can.
Yep.
Who wants?
Everybody did this run.
Who wants to be the stack person? Who wants to be in charge of that?
Yeah, just
I suggest we mark somebody.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying.
Stand on the marked person. It'd be the easiest way to make sure we're all.
They're just gonna mark a couple melee because it's not really gonna. Everybody needs to be stacked regardless. Okay, so I got. Yep. Got a couple marks out there, so we don't actually have that many melee, but anyway, that's it. So just be on those 3 marks. Should all be very, very close together. But yeah, you're gonna have to see this fight. Like this is not a fight that you should have gone into blind. So for some reason you haven't seen it tonight. Your homework for the weekend is seeing kills of this fight. You'll understand what I mean. Everything I've said will make a lot more sense once you've seen somebody kill it, because it's incredibly methodical. Like literally nothing to it strategically. There's nothing to it. It's just numbers. That's it. And me or whatever the 3rd tank job is having executed properly, it's pretty much GG. We should get to the enrage every pull once we finish progressing at that. Okay, raid check. Hard stack. Move every time the blue swirls happen. Get the bubbles to the perfect. That was actually perfect. The 3 people who had it did perfect. So. And obviously we didn't make the first DPS split, but that was with death, so whatever. Okay, here we go.
Wait, hold on, mate. I'm still eating.
5.
We're going anyway.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tell you apart!
Hey, move.
Okay, everybody should be stacked on the
Stack
mark
again.
people.
Stack. You want to move towards the boss, not away. Here comes the soak.
Sack up.
Okay, get against the wall. Move from that. Soaking the bubbles again. Wait, no, I'm not. It's supposed to be over. Huh. Okay, not even close to having enough damage. Alright, so what?
How far off were we?
5%. Not even close.
6.
Are you sure it's the second spawn? I thought it was the 3rd spawn that you were trying to have hit the boss.
I don't think so. Yep. That was a minute, so.
Sorry about
Where
that.
you going
My
swimming, Stormy?
What's that?
You're going swimming.
I know, I'm trying to get on my mount.
What'd you say, Tokes?
no, my dad walked in the middle of that, and it totally fucked me up. That's why I lay there.
That makes sense. I was gonna say. Last pull we were actually closer and we had 3 deaths.
Tokes was trying to heal the boss?
And Toke's double agent confirmed.
By the way, if people might need to do some research on this for as far as homework next week as well. If Cyclonic, the Mechagon trinket, is any like even remotely good for you, you're gonna want to use it on this fight to put into the like the shield down phase.
Why did you link a raid?
That's just a copy of this fight for people to watch if they haven't seen it.
Mythic Blackwater Behemoth, dude.
Oh,
right, check.
Close enough.
Nice try, Cop. Appreciate
sorry, I had the wrong one up. My apologies.
Give it a good effort.
Worldbane is actually really good on this fight.
Good old college try.
That's probably a good point. I'm actually going to take Wolbane. I can't this time, but in the future I'll take Wolbane.
Way to show off your
I still don't
second
have
rank
that.
4, Ash. Where do you get
Anyway.
the rank 4 for that?
Just random. Alright, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tell you apart!
Okay, move. Soaking the orbs next. Move from that, don't take that yet.
Too far, too far away.
Wipe it up.
Way too. We gotta be like right next to the boss. Like just so the blue circle's out.
You want
Right?
the edge of the circle to be like in the boss's hitbox. That's why everybody else is stacking so far.
Don't release.
Healers, when we're doing that in the first part there, when I get the second stack after, well, pretty much after the second barnacle bash, just watch my health. I'm having to burn a potion, because I'd rather not.
Yeah, I noticed that this time. I'll get you. Maybe a little bark skin or something.
From now on, we should be able to have protection. I just keep forgetting.
Yeah, definitely just released. It's not that far of a run anyway, but.
Job rocks again, K-Maz. Or, Cap.
How do you need rocks? Just poles that are like 5 seconds.
Have you seen Jinx,
I literally just said I need to pop a potion because I'm taking a lot of damage. Healers, can you?
You scare me on this fight, man. You get like that second barnacle
No, I
smash,
saw
and you're
that.
down at
Tom.
like
Don't,
10%.
I've got it in my mind. Because I'm in full DPS gear, man. Like we gotta push the checkpoint. So
I did not until after the bubble.
I must just drop the damage. I don't know. I was trying to survive.
Yeah, you don't.
Man, I don't know if you see my DPS on this fight. I do a lot of damage.
Yeah, that would be it.
No, not me. Tokes is a double agent.
Things are calling for me to save my CDs for the first bubble break.
I wish I could.
And we're trying to make a timing with this breaking of the bubble.
Yeah.
So it's like impossible for me to try to save these things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is something we got to learn, okay, guys? This is, I want to make this very clear right now, tonight, okay? This is the hardest fight you guys have probably ever done. It needs absolute pinpoint precision, okay? So we're going to spend a lot of time learning what damage we need when, okay? This is a part of a fight that we have never had before. I've never done a fight before where we have to say 10 people have to save some CDs, other 10 go balls to the wall. I've never done an encounter like this before. It's very unique in this way, okay? This is a mechanic on the encounter. The damage needed is part of the fight. So this is what we're learning tonight. We are not killing this fight tonight. We're not killing this fight next week. We're not killing this fight for probably a month or so, okay? It's gonna be maybe 150 to 200 pulls on this fight. So just start practicing what we need to do to learn enough to make repetitive pulls actually look real, okay? Step 1, do not fucking get knocked up in the air and die. And step 2, make this DPS split. That's the only thing we're worried about here tonight. If we can make this DPS split, and learn the second, whatever, the no shield phase, the first no shield phase, and get back into the second main phase, then we've made a serious amount of progression. Okay, that's where we want to be. Here's right check.
Here, this might kind of help if one of the druids can put your fucking green healy shit on the green, and Sarah, if you can put healing rain on the blue. Like, this is all you need to know. You're in a group this big for the entire fight. Sarah, if you can put healing rain on blue. Like, okay, the boss is gonna be at red, right? The green shit is the coral that me and Jix are dropping. All the group should be at yellow. All the blue swirls come, you move to purple. As soon as they're gone, you move back, like right next to the coral. When you get the briny bubbles, you're gonna go to blue. So it's not gonna hit the group because you should be at yellow or purple, but it's halfway in the boss. The tanks for the boss are gonna be right here between the two circles. That's literally the entire fight. Like, from a positioning standpoint, that is all you do. You shift back and forth between purple and yellow, depending on if there's swirls on the ground or not. And then you move just so your circle is like not hitting the group against the wall and like half into the boss's hitbox as well. Like,
yes.
You don't have to go.
Really got to see videos of this, but you want it to be covering the boss. Like, the boss is, if the boss was able to be bubbled, it would every time. That's what you want. Okay.
I'm gonna mark Jix and I, so like, hopefully people can position their stuff so it's not hitting us, because we should be between the coral patch and like where you guys can go with brines, because we're gonna be on the edge of the coral, so we can dip into the coral to drop the next patch so they can stack up. So we're already gonna be on the edge, but. You just basically want to go against the wall so it's not hitting one of the two tanks.
Yep. Okay. Let's take another, and then I like Sherman's idea. We'll take one more pull, and then we'll see where we're at. Take a break and make sure everybody's got the video watched. Right, check for the pull here.
I'll adjust tank here if I need to, but I really want to squeeze as much damage out of it.
Yeah. When we kill this boss, all three tanks will be doing maximum damage. So. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tear you apart!
Orange is too close.
I don't get it. How are you guys dying to this?
That was probably a little too close, my bad. I noticed at the very end there, but...
Okay, swipe it up.
Yeah,
If you're unsure, get near the tank. Marked with time. I will be dropping ground AoEs to cover us all on damage too, so close.
Hey, Thomas McKenna.
Honestly, like, just running to Jix is probably the best option, because he's gonna be doing it every time. He's gonna know exactly where to go positionally.
What happened there is the bubbles came out, everybody panicked and ran away. The bubbles are going to move out, so you can still move to the left when the swirls are there, knowing that the people with the bubbles are going to get them away from you. So don't panic and run backwards or to the right or everywhere else, just run where you're supposed to.
Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break here. Good work on Behemoth. Got that killed at least, so. Take a 15-minute break, all right? Be back at 9:10, okay? And everybody will watch the video. It's pretty much the only video that exists right now. Stanky's a good enough guy. He's a little long-winded on the tank part, but, you know, just watch the whole video. It's not that long, and we'll be back in whenever, you know, everybody's ready to do this fight for real. Good work so far. Be back in about 15 or so.
That's just a thing that tells me I don't have a food buff. So I'm going to mute the computer so you guys can't hear it, and watch the video that I'm doing. That is for this fight. I'll link it in chat as well if you like, so you guys can have a look and see what this looks like when it's done right.
life burger is made from plants. Surprise yourself with light life.
Shop Wooker, take control of your Wi-Fi. I just want a spoiler-free evening.
What's up, everybody? We're back with another raid guide, and today we're taking a look at Lady Ashley on Mythic difficulty. I'll be going over most of the mechanics, how to deal with them, and our overall tactic for this fight. For this encounter, you want 3 tanks, 3 healers, and 4 teams. Yes, just a mix of range and melee. If possible, you want one of your tanks to be a protection paladin. It will help out with soaking and bonds, which I will cover soon. But let's start out with what's new on Mythic. First out is the empowered rippling wave. This is pretty much exactly what it sounds like, a much larger version of the regular rippling wave orbs. It's pretty much 3 orbs baked into one. It will always spawn from the furthest coral away from Ashley. If it hits her, it will restore 30% of her shield instead of 10%, and it deals around 200k damage to everyone in the raid. You need to soak this orb 3 times in order to make it go away. Each soak will deal around 70k to everyone in the raid, and it will apply a waterborne debuff. And once the shield is busted, we enter phase 2, or the burn phase. You will need to deal with regenerative coral, which is when a coral growth is shattered by arming Azeroth, 2 zones will spawn. If you fail to soak one, a new coral will spawn from that zone. And you will have around 5 seconds after shattering a coral to soak that zone. And needless to say, you really do not want to miss one of these zones. It might seem like it's not a big deal with 1 extra orb per wave, but it adds up so fast. Anyways, the last change, which isn't really a new mechanic, is her health and I guess her shield. And due to this, the DPS checks is pretty intense on this fight. You want to break the shield at certain points, and you want to get her below certain percentages during the burn phases. And if you fail to do so, the fight just escalates extremely fast. And all the mechanics you didn't care about on normal or heroic actually becomes very punishing. With that said, how do we deal with all of this? First of all, I just want to explain the setup. We have 3 tanks due to the rippling waves. 1 tank deals with most of the wave orbs, and the other 2 tanks deals with Ashley. And we 3 heal this, mainly because the DPS check is very tight, and the raid-wide damage is fairly predictable, making it ideal for healing. With that said, let's go to wave soaking, which is a major part of this fight. I'll go over 2 different strats for this, one for protection paladin soaking, and one if you don't have access to it. Oh, we played around a lot with different soak strats, more so than we probably should have, but here's what we gathered. And I'll go over this shield by shield phase. As a protection paladin, you can deal with up to 9-10 stacks of Waterlord debuff without much of a hassle, and due to spell warding and bubble, you can clear a ton of orbs in quick succession, which we will use for the last waves. On the first shield, you want the paladin to soak all orbs. On the second wave, you let all the orbs go into Ashley. That's your shield should be completed before you get to soak that wave. On the second shield, you want the paladin to soak all the first and second wave orbs and to die after soaking the second wave, leaving the third wave to reach the boss. On the third and final shield, you want 5 players to each take 1 stack of yours. Team hunters are great for this, while the paladins, warlocks, typically good in self-sustaining ways. When the second wave spawns, combat press the paladin, and the paladin soak everything. Third wave, combat press paladin again, and soak as many as possible. For the second and third wave on the third shield, the paladin
My track will go on the next coming pulse. I'm gonna try something a little bulkier.
If you want more detailed info about how I soaked with CDs, I use
But I thought my damages. I mean, go ham, but if you see I expect like me, I mean, like, be okay.
it's more tricky, but it's totally
I just need to get it on top so I can hold it so I won't have as much range.
This is a rotation of DPS healers and tech. And
I mean, worst case, I don't see, there's really no reason. I don't think you ever have to take 2 of those smashes in a row, do you?
Second shield.
Oh no, that's fine. It's not that I'm worried about. It's the dipping in and out to make it tight.
I can do that as well.
We're both gonna have to. I mean, we have to take turns regardless. We have to swap, or else we won't drop debuff, even with bubble. Because it will go smash, smash on me, then bubble, then you take it, then you take 2, then you take bubble, and we just go in that cycle. But we still need to do.
And for the third wave, you can either
far as I'm aware of.
Right before bubble hits, I need the rushing Jade Wind.
Pretty much, yeah. I usually just drop my sigils and leave. And that fire would be good though for this, that's for sure.
What would be?
The file that does AoE around you.
Oh yeah. I wonder if that can drop while you're in there.
Should be able to on my dots.
It's a really shit single target trinket though, honestly.
The only reason we swapped to the protection paladin soak one is that we thought it was more consistent. Due to the
I don't know, I'm using tiny elemental and
at the end of the day, you can play around a lot.
cyclonics.
Just try out different ways and find what works the best for your game. Now,
Probably should use Inkblot, honestly, though.
I'm just swapping my spec and I'm swapping Crucible Division. If without Crucible, my range is gonna be shit.
In order to match some of the DPS requirements. Sadly, I cannot tell you how many or which cooldowns to use when. And this is entirely because it depends on your
What are you using for your,
like that, but I will of course
miner?
No, because the stuff on the ground is, what's it called? Magic.
Yeah, it's frost damage. Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Nature damage.
F.A.Q spawns near Ashling, try to pull the balls away from it a little to get more time to soak the wards. If an orb that should be soaked is about
I'm running counter damage, and I'm thinking of
He's like Latronic and Deadeye for trinkets that way. If I get a Deadeye, I can play Latronic for
this allows you to clean them down without losing too much.
Yeah, I got a Deadeye too. I'm just gonna run fucking Inkblot though.
Oh yeah, see, well yeah, the thing is that if we don't get the split, it's gonna do nothing, but I guess we should run it for the wall.
I mean, if you're gonna, when you kill the boss, like, it's gonna do damage, and it takes so long to get to 30%, but there's gonna be so many fucking stacks.
Yeah, it just sucks it's gonna be useless now. We're not gonna see the Inkblot go off for that.
Right, but if you to get a realistic split at the beginning, you should probably just use Inkblot. Whatever you're going to use at the end is what you're going to want to use. I would like try to find something like survivability wise that you're like cutting the, you know, the very fine tooth edge, because damage is more important than anything for a tank on this. So whatever's going to give you the most damage.
How good is like a 6-4-3 electromagnet? I don't remember you.
It's only good for, I don't know how good it is for you. It's good for me because rushing Jade Wind ticks so often and we can stack it up very quickly. But I just switched to my 420 Inkblot anyway. Inkblot and Cyclonic.
Yeah, you get a heroic Inkblot at some point.
Yeah, as well. I just plugged normal to get mine, and just kept checking the raid group thing every once in a while to see if I could find one that was on the boss and just get in there and kill the boss really quick.
I don't know if I agree. I've had experience.
I mean, normal's fucking joke mode, but
I find a way.
I need you to help try to remind me on Ashbane and fucking Court next week to switch to tank spec though. Well, maybe not Ashbane, I still need better. Actually, I mean, I've got a 430 Razor Core. The chance we get like a Titan Forge one is probably pretty low. We'd rather have a good Urchin.
Yeah, Urchin's really good for you, especially Celestial and High Crit. So good.
I got a 415 Edict from the pug I did today, so that's really good. It's like 58k a stack at 415. So I think it's fully stacked. It's, you know, 120k-ish. I still haven't gotten the clear answer if stagger removes it or it's only the damage that goes into stagger that's absorbed. So that's not staggered, rather. The upfront damage, if it's just the upfront damage, that's crazy good. I'd like basically never lose health. I would just take trickle damage from stagger.
And use second pot in the later stages of this shield to get it down, but you also have the pots up during the second burn phase. With that said,
that's the one reason I kind of wanted to tank this, because I got this 415 Shiver Venom Lance, so every caster that has the Venom trinket, like, procs, you can do a lot of damage on this fight with it.
Not too fucking necked on after the raid. I didn't realize getting a yellow punch card increases damage of cyclotronics. I need to get fucking big, higher than 415. 23 crafts in, I haven't gotten a war torch yet.
Damn.
Hello.
Hi.
Switch over.
Yep.
So I watched that video, and the range is really stacked. And to me, as a caster, every time I have to move, it's gonna hurt damage. So can range spread out a little bit as long as we don't fight.
As long as you never miss a bubble and give random excuses why you couldn't do it, then that's what I move.
I mean, as a mage, I can block the bubble.
Yo, Frog. Pretty good. We got Blackwater Behemoth down, and we're learning Mythic Ashvane. It's a hard fight.
Oh, I watched probably 2 hours worth of videos last night, so I can't remember what this guy's strategy was. Like, most just stack them.
Mainly definitely has to stack, because if they don't, the blue circles will be a disaster.
Yeah, they'll hit them, obviously. Yeah, okay, yeah, looks like most of the range are really spread out, so that's fine. Actually, I remember this now. He recommended that the range start like forward in the encounter, so when the boss moves, you don't have to catch up to him. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's fair strength.
But we're on break now. I'm going to take a quick bio break and be right back.
In this group too, so that's definitely better.
I'm back.
No, I'm just saying, if we 3 tank, it'd have to be the druid that moves. Oh, so. Or, I'm sorry, 3 heal. Sorry.
They said unless Faldor can do ret, like ret is going to be good for
I like
breaking
Faldor.
bubbles.
I'm very happy that he's been the guild as long as he has been, but his main thing that he doesn't do well is adjust to rolls quickly. The tank roll is no fail mode. Literally just use bubble and spell wording when it's needed, and that's all we need. I think it's the ideal scenario.
Can we get a stone, please?
I don't think there's any, yeah. If you're doing tank would be great. I'd love to have it, but It would completely like it would change everything about the group, and it would cause somebody who should be in the raid to not be in the raid. And I'd rather not do that.
And Paladin's OP for that job, so might as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the ideal scenario. He has very little responsibility. He's playing the best class for it, and it means we don't have to sit a healer.
2, 1.
If you remember our Croesus pulls, I was willing to keep all 4 healers in, even at the expense of the strategy. So this would be a much better option than me full-time DPSing as a Holy Pally like I did then.
Have you seen Fowler's DPS?
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
ooh, fish.
All right, let's rate check, make sure everybody's back.
Sure was a fish.
Fucking asshole.
I mean, like I just think like my big concern looking at it objectively is, okay, Faldor is, like you're saying, the soaking part is no brain, but he's still gonna have to do a lot of damage as prop pal.
Not really. He's gonna be dead for 50% of the fight, you know.
Their
that, right?
prot's doing 12k, so he should be able to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not. It's really not that big of a deal. Like that role is that is the only person on the encounter that their damage doesn't really matter. He's gonna be dead for 50% of the fight. So if it did matter, there would be no way the strategy would be viable.
Just the rest of their raid is doing 50, 60k. So
we're doing
let's try
about
that.
35, 40. So yeah.
I don't know about that. If you look at the end of the fight, it's not the case. But obviously the first half of the fight, that's. But we're gonna get a lot. Again, this is gonna be a multi-week process. This is not gonna get killed in any quick order. So we're gonna get better as we go. We're gonna get more practice, and we're gonna get more gear. And eventually it will fall, and it'll be very satisfactory when we do. Because the strategy is all like, there's so little to it. There's really little to it. So it's just gonna be about the numbers. And if we're getting there, you know, week after week where we can't meet the times, then that's it. We're done for the week. You know what I mean? There's no reason to wipe at 1% for 20, 30 pulls straight. We'll just come back next week.
The other thing I don't know if he has, but we probably should
I was
mention
afraid to get that one.
is null rank 3.
Yep,
Null
it'll
rank.
help. Be talking to him about that tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna rate check, make sure everyone's here. Everyone else eat up. But yeah, now hopefully everybody's seen the video. It's, again, he's a bit long-winded on the tank part, which doesn't matter to most of you guys, but hopefully you understand the theory behind the encounter. You'll see after watching it and now doing it a couple times, this fight is very, very straightforward. There's almost nothing to it other than the numbers. And once we get those numbers down, the fight is effectively easy. Like, if we had the DPS, this fight would be extremely simple compared to the other ones. So.
What Ice Block did say, well, some of you guys might have still been gone on break, like range, you can just spread. Just
yeah. Yeah, so
Metro
from now
said he
on,
doesn't want to hear excuses of people not getting the bubbles to where they're supposed to go, though.
Yeah, we're not going to have any excuses like we do on Heroic, but if it's easier for you guys to spread to maximize your damage, then that's what you do. All right, this is all about maximizing damage. I saw a lot of videos where everybody stacks, but we have a lot of range, so I'm sure they did not. I didn't pay attention, but either way, yeah, you can just stay spread. And actually what I would recommend, just for reference, put some markers real quick, but so the boss starts at Skull, I would recommend range be like over there, okay, by blue. So as the boss moves from Skull to, say, red, you're still in range. You never have to move the whole, well, that's not going to matter because the fight's going to transition in such a way. But either way, in the future, that's what you'll want to do. You want to be leading the boss. So that's how it's going to go. But yeah.
The one thing.
Yeah, obviously healing is a problem as well. That's another reason you stack. But if this means more healing is needed and less damage is needed, then that's the trade we need to make. This fight's healing requirement is extremely obvious. It's back, you know exactly when it's coming every time. There should be never any, there's not a single mechanic on this fight that you could fuck up and survive and need spot healing. You either fuck it up and die, or you do it exactly as it's need to be done, and we heal through it very quickly. Okay, right check. Let me get a pull here. Again, tonight we're looking at the damage, and we're looking at the no death thing. Okay, so whatever you gotta do to stay alive, do it. Whatever you gotta do to do these mechanics right, do it. I don't really care. Whatever you gotta do to maximize your damage, do it. But it looks like right now we're pretty far away from meeting this first split. Obviously, we're gonna have Vantage runes every other night we do this. We're gonna have Vantage runes, and yeah, we'll see what happens from then on. But for some reason you're not maximizing your burst on the pull, I would start doing it just to make sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, feel free to just use all your CDs on the pull tonight, because one way or the other, it looks like we're gonna need them. We'll worry about that in the future. Here we go.
Also tricks in MDB.
3, 2,
Oh, okay.
1.
Probably not Solange. Yeah, so if you're spreading, get the fuck out of melee then. Cannot be loosely stacked in melee if you're spreading. Wait, did I miss one? What happened? I guess so.
Big one coming.
What happened to the third one? Did it hit the boss?
Somebody in range probably hit it.
Romy has it, yep, you're right.
I thought we were getting the boss closer to the bubbles.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Oh, Rick.
Why are you dying?
I died in my book.
Oh, you died in your bubble. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What was your bubble at?
Either way, that's why because we failed the DPS first. So.
On top of the other bubble.
I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I got hit by a bubble.
That's my fault, not your fault. Wipe it up quick. Go right into the shit.
Do we have white protection?
Probably not.
We had a battle result. That person take it.
Yeah, it was me. I can't do anything with it.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna try to take it and battle res somebody, but I didn't realize I didn't. Of course, the timer is still.
Yeah, so if you're gonna spread his range, you actively have to dodge the bubbles, though. I hope people realize.
And you gotta be farther out. You can't like. There was like 4 or 5 range who were just like 10 yards away from
You
the
should
stack.
be at you should be at max range.
Yeah, it should be 20 to 30 yards away from the boss. So those things will never, like yours, will never complicate the melees, because that's the thing. Like we need to know exactly where they're gonna be at all times so we can move cohesively. So if you guys are randomly in random spots, then it's not able to be done. You need mass dispel on pull. Oh, misdirect.
I got you, buddy.
You're
I ain't coming to
tricksing
Texas,
Solandra.
man.
You realize that, right?
Did he really trick
Oh.
Solange?
LOL.
Oh, I've been doing that the whole time. It's funny.
Wow. How have you not died yet?
Because rogues do no
I'm gonna
damage.
look at the chart.
Okay.
Server repair box.
There we go.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Okay. Do we need another cauldron? Mine's falling off, but I don't know if everywhere.
I
Just
got
drop
2
it now
arrows.
anyway.
Didn't want you like drop one.
Yeah, we dropped one not too long ago, I thought.
I'm just gonna drop it. Just make sure you have flasks. Everybody should have flasks now for the rest of the time.
Okay.
Okay, right check. So you guys don't have any food to eat then?
I'm
LB,
eating.
Sarah?
And
If anybody needs haste food, I have a good amount.
Guess I'm sure.
Still a DPS race.
Who
like I
dat?
said, so.
Who needs it?
Okay, here we go.
Five, 4, 3.
That's
Little
not the
or-
way to start.
Bad finger.
Okay, first movement mechanic, get ready. Rippling wave, there it is.
Bubble.
Hit the healer. You cannot have that happen. We gotta move the boss.
I gotta wait. Gotta wait till the bubbles are
I
out.
mean, they're from the coral, dude.
How is there a coral even there?
It's random. Could be anywhere in the room. guys gotta move from this. You cannot be getting hit by these guys. If you have a stack of this, you wipe this. You understand? I have to get every one. You don't just.
That's why we stack.
Wipe it up. Again, I'm fucking up. I shouldn't even be soaking this.
No release.
That's my bad. I couldn't even see the one
Yeah.
behind the boss.
That's gonna be a mandated. Like if that happens, we can't actually stack there. So we need to. Unlucky at times, I guess it'll happen. But
Otherwise, I think I did okay stacking them.
yep, you guys are doing great stacking.
Repair going down on ramp.
Is it a rank 4 repair? 'Cause I know, yeah, good at that you are.
Looks pretty nice. Look at this little robot guy.
Yep, make sure everybody repairs here.
$210 gold repair.
Make sure again you have flasks for the rest of the night. I'll be the last cauldron dropped.
I'm sorry, I released.
Sure.
It's cool. You got cat form, man.
I'm quick.
Okay, recheck.
Oh, pardon me.
Okay, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tell you apart!
There's coral behind us.
Go a little further. Go a little further.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Failed the DPS race again. You know, it's funny, in all these videos I watch, I never even noticed when they lost. I'm pretty sure it's...
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we just need more damage on the boss?
Yep. Yeah, we're again about 10% shy of meeting this.
I'm gonna go back to the
Oh, did they lost that one?
Burn.
Yeah, I think it was the second burn, yeah. I'll look at it more in the coming days. Definitely not on the poll either way.
75 to 35.
Yeah, I think that's right.
No, that was an impressive day.
reforging my shit twice in midnight. Nice.
For real, let's just focus on meeting this first so we can make progress here, okay guys? If you have to change stuff in the future, you can, but I'm talking about 4, 5, 6 weeks we might take on this fight, so just get what we need to do tonight to make sure we can practice the coming phases so we can see the whole fight tonight.
I'm gonna need a summon again, sorry.
Cool. Yeah, like the actual cleave part of this is it's trivial matters. It's all singles.
Yep, I realized that now.
Especially when you got people blocking them, and eventually I'll AMS mine every time it comes out, so there's only ever going to be 2, usually maybe 1.
I mean, yeah, as long as the boss gets dragged on top of those every time, then it's going to be trivial. Incidental cleave will just break it anyways.
I don't know why I did that. The repair bot should actually still be up. I'm stupid.
Yeah. Attack the boss and cleave off with any type of spell that will hit multiple targets, even if it's not a single target increase. That's what I've been recommended. Like, for example, Rep Pally, more than 2 targets, use Divine Storm. But if there was only 2 targets, you wouldn't do it. But on this scenario, you will do it to make sure that you spread your damage to the thing without switching your auto. This is how precise this is. Losing auto attacks, like wasting an auto attack on that bubble when it will die anyway, is a DPS loss in such a way that you cannot afford it. I have watched, I swear, probably 15, 20 videos of this last night, and probably about 10 of them are at the last possible second that they can. The fight ends as they wipe.
So we'll need about 452 raid eye level.
No, it's people like us who are just a little bit farther ahead. All right, right check. And they mostly don't speak English. Swear to God, I watched multiple videos. I can't even understand the languages. Like, I don't know if it's fucking German. I don't know if it's Chinese or what. I'll speaking weird shit.
In range, spread a little bit more at the start. Try to be like within 5 yards of each other.
Just, you can go there now. The boss, you know, won't pull. Wherever you want to stand, feel free. But just be ready to nuke. Okay, everyone's ready. Ooh, smashed.
Yeah.
How about it?
I've got the power back.
Welcome back.
2, 1.
That was fucking terrible.
Get the boss post.
I gotta wait for the bubble to go off. You guys just stop.
Okay, so we need to push the boss here. Which we are gonna do, it looks like now. Stack up, stack up, stack up, stack up, stack up, stack up, stack up. Pop LCDs, defensive CD. When this big one hits, we're gonna get crushed. Drop Spirit Link, let's go. Okay, now spread. Spread, 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 spread. Get ready to do this mechanic, whatever this is called. Take the boss to these things to make sure they all get broken every time. Soak those, soak them.
One in the back.
4, 3, 2,
Bubbles.
I'm trying. I'm like, nope, I'm dead.
Okay, take it off me. I'm gonna move. Pop, hit this. Don't come closer. You don't want to be this far away from the.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, 79. That's really not that bad considering how hectic that was. That's gonna be it. Wipe it up. Go ahead and stand in this. Okay, so you've now seen the entire encounter. I'll reiterate what I said earlier. Now that you've seen it, it should be more obvious. We will hopefully. We're really getting unlucky here. I never saw anybody mention this, but these corals standing right next to the boss is definitely not a good thing. But I guess it's not a problem. I can just soak another one if I have to. It's not the end of the. But ideally, all of these soakable water orbs would hit the boss without the shield on, without me soaking any. But I guess it's not the end of the world as long as there's one. But anyway, the orbs, the soakable water orbs will spawn so far away that by the time they get there, the boss doesn't have a shield, okay? And we actually made that. That was perfect that time, and that's without Vantage Rune, so that should give you, something that's gonna happen in the future. But either way, as soon as the boss transitions, everybody stacks, okay? As the big orb is coming in, we drop Barrier and we drop Spirit Link. we get hit by all the orbs, especially the big orb. It's going to hit for 3 times as much damage as the regular orb. So we need to time those CDs so that happens.
Yeah,
You want them down
Sir Kristen.
beforehand. And then we get out because the
We move the boss to the middle, right?
yes,
So
then we want to move the boss to the middle, so no matter where the tanks are, the corals will get broken, and we will all soak a coral with a break a coral and then soak a mechanic. The one thing that you might not be aware of, because on Heroic it probably never mattered, is this line does a lot of fucking damage, okay? So if you hit other people with it, you're fucking them. You're gonna kill them effectively. So me, a great example here, me and Cop had blue, okay? Cop was about 500 yards away from me, hit about 2 people with that, can't be doing that, okay? So the 3 groups of people, you wanna hug the fucking coral. You go to one, you hug one, unless you could hit 2, which is something that you definitely wanna try to do. If there's 2 next to each other, spread out as much as is needed. But otherwise, you stay as close to the coral as possible, so there cannot possibly be another person in your line. And you break the coral, soak the mechanic, back to boss, do damage. All the while, you're worrying about your uptime on the boss. If you have dots, you'll refresh them. If you have pets, you'll keep them, blah, blah, blah. You want to be maximizing your damage while doing this mechanic properly every pull. And that is, again, 79% with extremely hectic, no Vantis, all that. So, yeah, this is not bad, really. Okay, that's right, Trick. You did.
and we gotta soak where corals.
What's
We
that?
good? Yeah. We gotta soak where the corals were.
Correct. We can afford to miss, there's going to be 6 each phase. We could afford to miss 1 the first time, and that's it. If at any time we miss 1 the first time, we will then have to soak 2 the second time, which is fine. But it's not really easy to do. It's going to require a lot of communication, but I did see a lot of people do it. So just, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tear you apart!
Dang it.
That one hit the boss. So it's GG. Whip it up. Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna have to pivot on this. If there's spawning one right next to the boss, we can't move the boss closer to it. We have to move away from it. So we might be moving the opposite direction on some pulls, just because this is definitely not how it's either that or we move the boss further each time. I don't know, but there's just no way we can have one next to the boss every time. It's just killing our DPS.
I think that when we're transitioning like that, anyways, we could just straight kite the boss from the orbs.
That's
Just
probably
a couple
actually
seconds.
what we should do. Actually, that's smarter. Yeah, that's what we should do. Okay, so that's fine. We don't need to change how we approach the beginning of the fight. Just if we get to that point and there's one right next to us, you just got to run the boss as far away as you can. You won't do that mechanic again, I'm pretty sure. So, well, maybe not, but either way, it's better than having a shield accidentally hit it or me having to soak it. But that was actually, yeah, like the boss moved back into that one, so that was.
It's like it's a weird fine line taking this of like getting too close to and also stacking up the shit on the ground.
Pivot.
Like I think I'm trying too hard to stack them than instead
It's not
of.
as big of a deal as I might make it sound. It's important, but if you don't stack 1 out of every 2, it's fine. As long as every 1 doesn't get unstacked, then.
Well,
We can also like not
so
have
here's
to be on just a wall though. We can also stack it a little bit farther out if we have to move. Like this.
I have noticed this, like the boss is doing something where it can't be moved when the bubbles, like when the bubbles hit 0 and they actually become attackable bubbles. I literally roll to the other side of the bubbles, so the boss should be moving, but the boss isn't. Like, would it be possible for me to taunt and roll to the opposite side of the briny bubbles, and then the boss moves during their final, like the final countdown of it, or is that too risky, you think?
Well, it's also a DPS loss, so I don't
It
think
also
it's
something we can't be used to because
Yeah, I guess I'll
you won't be doing that.
Yeah, no, just we'll figure that out as we go. That's a minor issue, I'd say. Move as quick as you can. If you can go a little preemptively, feel free. But this is going to get a lot different when I'm doing this bubble mechanic. It's going to be a lot easier, so we're not going to have as much issue here.
You're gonna AMS it so you don't have to.
It's going to only usually be 1 or 2 bubbles. A lot of times we'll get one on a DPS that can immune, and about half the time we'll fight 2 only, and the other half will only fight 1. It doesn't really. The boss doesn't even really like it's trippy. Okay, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tell you apart!
Too far.
So move the boss, move the boss, move the boss, move the boss. Nope, not back into it. Run, run, fight. Okay, stack, 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 stack. Drop all CDs.
After this last one, let's go mid, right?
We got some lead. 2 people, 2 healers with a stack. Okay, we're good. Spread. Now move boss in the center. Do this mechanic now.
Blue, get to the other side of this one right by the boss. Yeah.
Soak those. I got this double soak.
Should we have done something else there?
Yep,
No,
I'll explain that in the future. So we're in the main phase. And more of those things. Okay, yep, let's wipe it up. I'll explain that now. So at that point, what you want to do is keep the boss central in the center. We'll stack up the tank mechanic in the center, just like we did there. That was perfect. Just keep 1 patch in the center for every time we're in the center. And we'll have the, I'm not sure what best designation there is, but basically just 1 edge of the boss. We want all the people to stack up, so then we could just drag the boss on them anyway, and we don't have to move too far. But yeah, just basically 1 edge of the boss, probably like the right leg or something like that, whatever is easier. And that'd be that. Just kill him on top of the boss again.
So we want to stay in the middle for those bubbles? We don't want to go back to the wall like
Correct.
that?
We're staying in the middle the whole time until that phase is over.
If people ran them to the wall and then I just moved the boss.
This is a tough boss, guys.
That makes more sense because you still get the cutting coral going up.
Yeah, we want to make sure that that's handled with this. Like, basically what we're trying to do here is make sure that no matter where people go to kill the coral, they're still in range of DPSing in some way.
Also, I guess during that intermission phase, when we're all stacking and popping cooldowns and shit, we gotta soak all the bubbles, but we can only take.
No.
The
bubbles hit the boss.
That's why you don't take bubbles until the very end of the fight, ever.
No player other than me or potentially Faldo in the future should ever get hit by a bubble until the very end of the. But anyway, was there more to what you were saying?
Nope. I guess I was mistaken. Never mind.
Yeah, if they hit the boss when the shield's broken, they
Nothing
don't
happens.
do anything. They just do the raid damage as if somebody soaked them.
And in case you can't tell, this dot does a lot of fucking damage. So-
Yeah, that I realized that last pull, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, you can't get more than like 1 stack.
Right, chick.
Tell you what, Azerite Veins is overpowered as fuck on this fight as a tank.
Yeah. You need buffs, need foods.
Yeah, it's just overpowered in general. I never really had one when I was tanking, so.
You're also never below 100 or never at 100%.
Here we go.
Fucking.
Oh, my bad.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tear you apart!
Again, we gotta put that.
I don't know.
Just gotta stop moving the boss back towards them. I don't know who's doing that. They stack up. We've already missed the opportunity for all the CDs.
We survived?
You're right. Spread out. Kill these. We're ready to soak
right
after
next to the
yourself.
one by the boss.
Make sure you're not getting hit by each other's.
Also good.
Good job.
One right by the lamp.
Okay, bubbles are coming. Stack on like the far side of the boss there.
Tom back, Tom back, Tom back.
Okay, kill these. Drag boss back on it.
I'm going behind the big one.
Okay, go get 3, 4 damage you lose with the bubble stack.
Oh god!
There's only one, right? Oh wait, what happened? We missed it?
Yeah, both red and blue just kind of.
Yeah, 79%. Swipe it up.
So well, you're saying like dragging them back to it. There was one like in front of the boss, like right along the wall. So what am I supposed to do there?
What do you mean? Just not go back. Never go backwards.
So basically the entire time I'm taking it before the first break, I don't need to worry about stacking the coral then. So it's the only reason I would ever move it back that direction.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know exactly what it looks like, but just never move the boss back towards a bubble. That's the only thing that you... Just that one especially, like it's happened every time now.
Yeah, so people are gonna need to move. Well, I guess that's the problem. Like, if I just stay there and get hit by the smash,
Have it as close to it as possible without moving the boss.
yeah, the
For as difficult
ground
as
effect is going to be on the people with the bubbles. Then that's the problem.
No, it won't be. It'll be on the other side of the boss. So that's the thing. This boss is difficult, but it's not actually that long. It's a very, like, you hit a wall that you cannot surpass, and that's it. There's no going past it. So we do not, again, not need to sack every single one. We just need to make sure that half of the room is clear at any given time, just in case something goes wrong. But I definitely think the eventual strategy we'll end up employing here is moving the boss a lot more, because these
Did they still
corals
go
spawn-
away after a while, or?
I don't know about this. These
Okay,
corals
so-
eventually spawning so close to us every pull is making this a lot harder.
So let's just say the briny bubbles are here. Would you rather me put the smash like further along this way then, than going back towards where the patches were previously?
No, Just have them where it was. If you don't move the boss until the smash happens, that's fine. We should have people, again, the people are going way too far away. This is, I hope that after,
too far.
yeah, I'd hope that after watching the video, you guys would have learned these fights, but I guess it takes a long pull for some of you guys. But you, like, again, I don't know what I can do to symbolize this other than make a video, watch a video, but I'm going to show you the hitbox of this boss, okay? I'm putting 4 colors down. This is the hitbox of the boss. It's about a 20-yard hitbox, okay? So you have, like, look at my D&D here. I'm going to drop my D&D here, okay? This is where you should be dropping the circle. So the center of it is at the edge of the hitbox. So that means that people could be on skull attacking the boss still, but if they're cleaving the boss, it's still hitting the orbs. Do you understand? You're not supposed to run out of the hitbox of the boss. You're just supposed to pivot yourself so it's off the edge of the hitbox, so it's not hitting, so people can still attack. And again, the reason we're doing this is because every second of uptime is important. Otherwise, if it wasn't, we would literally just have everyone move away from the boss for a split second and then collapse back. That's not an option because of how dangerous the enrage timer is here. So we need 100% effectiveness on the boss, and this is the way to do it, okay? So you just move far enough away that there is somewhere to, like, so basically the edge of your circle is in the center of the hitbox, and that's it. People can stand on the other end of the boss and still attack, and you've moved far enough away.
See, I thought you said, see, I guess I'm didn't understand like that positioning that way either, because I swore you said when you first started explaining this that you wanted people against the wall, so half the circle was outside the encounter area.
Correct. That's what made you think I changed my mind there.
Because you just did it where you're like right here along the path, and like it actually makes more sense to do it here instead of against the wall, because then it's closer to the actual center of the boss's hitbox, and it's actually easier to not hit the group or the tank than doing it here, because if you're going here, it's going to be closer to the tank than being in the center of the side of the hitbox and missing both groups. Makes way more sense.
I'm not good enough at explaining these things, guys. I really need you guys to start looking at videos over the weekend and seeing how this is done. I'm not good enough at explaining. If you see how it's done, if you've watched as much polls of this as I have, you'll understand exactly how it needs to be done. There won't be any confusion. So just for now, just practice, get it as close to the boss as possible with it against the wall, you know, whatever. If it's not against the wall, I don't really care, but it's yeah, this is not
as close. The arc of the bubble should be as close to the tank group and the melee stack group as humanly possible. That like blue edge of the bubble circle should be as close to those two groups.
The edge of the circle should be in the center of the hitbox of the boss. Okay, that's it. Against the wall is better, but whatever. It doesn't really fucking matter. As long as you're not killing people, not like hitting people with the orb, and they're not having to run out of melee range of the boss for you to drop it, you've done what you need to do. Again, there's only going to be 2, maybe 1 every time in the future, hopefully in the future. But for now, I mean, even most polls now, we have somebody immune one, so. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I think I
okay,
fucked up.
don't pull the boss. Let's go, guys.
I already hopped out the room. Fuck that.
You fucker.
Rip pot.
Yeah.
You guys
Would you
pot
pot on
at
10?
6? Yeah, like.
Like whoa, like
Yeah, dude.
I doubt half people.
No, I thought we were just gonna go, so I potted so I could.
This is not a fight. You just go.
Apparently it is. Just went on 7.
Why is that such a problem?
All right, let's not talk about this, guys, okay? This is not something we're going to do here. Just focus on killing the boss, and that's all you need to worry about. Do not aggro the boss early, and obviously you want to pre-pot on 1. Great check coming.
Also, pre-stacking consecrated flames on yourself or casting it on your like pre-cast helps a lot in this fight as well. It does so much damage on the pull. People are using consecrated
That's actually
flame.
something I saw people talk about in videos, and they did not recommend this because you need it for the second part of the fight, but it's fine. All right, remember?
Like I've got 2 stacks on myself and still have the 2 charges. I'm
Yeah,
saying
but you've also got to time it right, because if you fuck it up and do it too late, the stacks go away.
Yeah, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tear you apart!
On me. Is that about where you wanted those two at?
Pretty close, yeah. Oh, we failed the DPS race. Okay, let's wrap it up. Okay, so you guys doing like sub 30k in the poll. What can we do to help? Yes, you guys need more gear or something? Or not?
No, that was an impressive deal.
Whew. This is a tough fight. I messed up my opener too, to be honest.
Oh, that's crazy, Drusen. That's legit. You did not crit a single ability. That is
unlucky.
Well, what's your crit chance? Are you bugged?
Are you bugged?
I mean, like.
It's hard to believe, yeah.
Wait, what the fuck?
Very minimal crits.
I don't think until the shield breaks anything registers in the damage meter as a crit, because none of mine are showing as a crit either, except rushing Jade win ticks because I was still
Yeah,
hitting
no,
the boss.
Lava
with that
Burst
one
auto
anyway.
crits, and Rick had 22 hits and no crits. So.
You can crit on the bubbles.
Yeah, Morgan, your damage is good.
Thanks. That's why I kind of was. Never mind.
Okay, right check.
That darn cocky Morgraine.
I mean, having a 445 tank weapon helps.
Also helps when you're not the tank stuck in a bubble for 9.5 seconds.
All I'm hearing are excuses.
No switch?
Yeah, let's switch. Do it.
Okay, here we go.
Tricks more green? Oh shit, never mind. Do it next.
It's fine. It's fine.
late.
I don't. I can keep aggro off you with tricks. It's fine.
3, 2, 1.
I'll tell you about.
What can you get to the right position?
I was trying not to speed taunt, so.
Yeah, we gotta move the boss. This is, yeah, it's over. We can't have the boss next to two corals like this. It's impossible.
Yeah, I can tell you 100% what it is. It's people are standing too close on the pole.
No, that's just, as you can see, 700 yards away, there's some.
Well, those are the ones that.
They don't spawn on people, they just spawn randomly around the room.
Don't release.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is again these people. There's very few guides anyway. It's very nobody ever brought this up, so these are things we have to learn uniquely as a guild for some reason. So I'll see what F.A.Q has to say. I'll talk to him this weekend about it. But yeah, we just got to make sure if there's, especially if there's two, we just definitely can't have it because there's no way they're gonna hit the boss almost immediately. Has to be at least 5 or 6 seconds travel time from what I've seen in all these videos.
Wait, so I'm Trix and Morg right now?
Just tricks me. I just wanted to see what the damage would be for a pull.
Oh, I didn't read the chat. My bad.
Saw Morgan flopping his chi torpedo the opposite way. I was like, well,
No, I got hit by the fucking coral spawn. Because I was trying not to speed ton. I should have just done it anyway. I really should
Here we
use cyclonic pulled it.
That food's like 200 gold a stack, guys. If you need it, you can just buy it. Wait, I can buy it for you if you need.
We have mats, I can make it.
I'll tell you apart!
I got hit by it again. It's like it was this one. Yep.
Gotta move coral right behind the boss. Go a little further.
I did, but they
These
didn't.
are overlapping me as
So
a
like,
tank.
if I have to move further for the coral to be on the boss, that means everybody doing the bubble has.
That's
obviously not making that thin white.
I mean, I was sitting in the coral patch on the ground, and I still got hit by the briny bubble. Somebody was still way too fucking close, regardless of the moving further.
Well, I mean, in a normal circumstance, they did it correctly. But on the fly
No,
thing where
they
we
did
had to
not.
move farther, they did not. Well, no, I'm saying they
really.
I'm saying based on the last coral patch you dropped, I was standing in the coral patch and still got hit by the overlap. So somebody was way too close.
Guys, I really, I don't know why this happens with our guild, but you guys make such a big deal out of things that should never be a big deal at times, and it's really difficult to understand. So please just drop the fucking, don't hit a tank with this, okay? This is not, really, this is not part of the fight. It really isn't.
stack on the diamond or the other tank that's marked if you're
Yeah, Richard. Okay, here we go. Got to make this DPS race, guys. So, failed to do it every pull pretty much since that one. So, figure out a way to make it. Haley should definitely be getting closer. I don't know why we're not shrouding, but we need to get.
I'll tell you apart!
Gotta move.
on diamond.
You move fast and away.
Please get me out.
Yeah, we're taking way
Yeah,
too long. Too
Something's
quick.
wrong. I'm gonna have to look into this more.
I should have called that I was in it. 'Cause, I guess
You shouldn't even be like again. I don't know. This is so frustrating when so few people understand the fight before we begin the first map. This is not a mechanic, okay? This is the easiest part of the fucking fight. The orbs are on the boss. They get broken out with cleave. That's it. Nobody ever dies in them. There's no fucking talking. I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why this is going so like why we're spending 10 fucking pulls talking about this mechanic. This is the easiest part of the encounter. How don't we understand how to do this? What's the problem here?
The attempt before when people tried to put it on the boss, they got yelled at.
They hit a tank.
Regardless of what you think, stand on me.
That's exactly
If
where
I
I
fuck
was.
it up, I will take responsibility.
Right, it's a combination of the mechanic not being placed properly and the boss not being placed properly. I don't know how to change it. You got to figure this out now. I've never, again, never these problems we have never I see anybody else have.
Coral drops right behind a boss. We just have to move the boss like 10 yards to the right, like immediately. Or it just fucks us the whole entire time.
I'll look more into this. It's hard to find not kills. This is the problem.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. If you get that, you're not going to kill it, basically. It's too much movement to get enough damage out to like meet the DPS requirement if you have to move the boss like that from that stupid coral being there.
Am I the issue? Like, am I not doing enough damage? 30k, and that's after dying. I think my damage is decent.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll tear you apart!
Okay, bubbles are coming out. Play smart. It's perfect there. Quickly move boss before can't anymore. Okay, that's fine. Bubbles are far away. Just push the boss. Have to soak some though, it looks like. Okay, we've split boss. Again, that's way too early. Stack. Stop getting hit by the bubbles. Way too early.
Oh, everybody put the spirit link got put down on the coral patch, like it couldn't even move the boss.
Yeah, I didn't see the coral patch like right already.
Yeah, the boss was standing in top in the middle of it.
You want to wait until the big orb is coming, basically, to use these.
Bubbles were great though.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the bright side, the bubbles were great.
We got lucky with the spawn of the coral, but it seems like one way or the other we have to make our own luck. So, and the transition was a little slow, but yeah, only about 1% or 2. That would be different with fancy shrooms.
No, that was an impressive deal.
Okay, Fowler, you around?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna get Fowler in for cop. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good luck. I know you can do it.
Thanks for coming, buddy.
Say something racist for a stream before he leaves.
Alright, so we need to talk about your position on this encounter, Fowler.
Yeah.
I've been doing this fight
I've watched
for...
the video on this, so just tell me where.
Okay, well...
Alright, guys, I'm gonna...
We've been doing this fight for about an hour and a half now, and we've been talking about
drop out of
be the third tank. Do you have any input?
Discord voice chat here. Let's have a look. That's about 3.5 hours. I don't truly want to start anything else, to be honest, guys. I think we'll call it a night, because that way I can turn the air conditioner on and get some stuff done. So I think we'll call that a stream. Before I go, though, first thing tomorrow morning, we're going to be streaming on the Let's Play channel. We've got a really good game that we're starting up. Oh my goodness, so good. I can't wait. I can't wait. So that's going to be coming in fairly early tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow, closer to noon my time, we're going to be doing some alt leveling. We'll probably finish the Legion portion of the Demon Hunter. We might switch over to the Rogue and do some Legion at the Rogue. So I think that's a really good plan for that. And then Friday, same thing in the morning. And then we'll do mount farming closer to noon. Saturday, L Peeps channel in the morning. And BGs with viewers on Saturday, closer to noon my time. So that's the next 3 days, guys. So there's going to be a lot of streams. And a lot of them are going to be a little bit more European friendly. Just because I know some of you Europeans are staying up really late to watch me, and I appreciate that. So I'm out, guys. Take care. You have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all later. Take care. Peace. Cop out.